Radio. Welcome to this wonderful Wednesday show. You got MMA Locker Room right here, and I'm bringing you seconds out. Don't worry about them other MMA shows. We the best out. How's it going out there, Billy Briz?
It's going pretty well, man. I got the NBA draft going on around the background. Got a couple bets going up for this one. Ready to talk about this UFC 255 card? Pretty nice card, all things considering, with COVID and all that. Pretty excited here, man.
Yeah, 2 championship fights on there right there for the UFC 255 card. Not just that, man. It's not just the UFC. We're going to be giving you guys a little bit of our thoughts on Bellator 253. That's going to be taking place tomorrow night. That one has the banger on it. That's AJ McKee versus Darren Caldwell. Then you also have Benson Henderson versus Jason Jackson right there. 2 big bangers on the fights right there. I'm really looking forward to in Bellator. How about you, Billy?
Yeah, man, don't forget about my man Keith Lee out there. You know, his older brother had the tattoo, Kevin Lee, that got everybody's attention. And Keith Lee looks like he's going on a run here. He's a big plus dog here in this spot. So that's one of the spots I'm looking at for this Bellator card.
Man, I'll up one you right there. Keith Lee. I'm talking about my boy Rufus Stouts right here coming. Hey, man, second fight in Bellator right here. He's definitely going to be the one to watch in that fight. That's the main fight in the prelims. So, you know, if you guys could take anything out of it, you know where my money's at right there. I mean, speaking of money, you know, I won a few lunch money last week, you know, got me eating good this week. So let's go over some of the fights last week on UFC Fight Night and just talk about them a little bit and see how we did.
Yeah, man, that was a really rough card, dog. I went inside that week, man. I didn't. It wasn't one of the chalky type of cards. It was a lot of inactivity of fighters and a lot of random fights that got placed on the card at the end. How'd you do? I saw your bet the lunch money segment on the station, and you usually been doing pretty well on those.
Yeah, man. I mean, I won with Tony Gravely. Shout out to Tony Gravely, too. Yeah, he gave me a like back on Instagram. I won with Kanako Moriato. But, I mean, besides that, man, it was a tough night, man. Abdul Razik Hassan, he reigned on my parade right there. And then didn't win with Miranda Granger. Overall, you know, it was weird. I split my fighters. I went 2 for 4. I split my underdogs. I went 1 for 2. Didn't hit none of my props. That's a surprise right there. Still ended out the night 1.5 units, though, man. So ended up still good for the night.
Yeah, man, I went down a couple units last weekend. I had Abdul Razak Alasan. It took me forever to get that name out there. I actually put a little double play on him. Put him in a parlay with RDA and also bet Abdul round 1. Overall, though, if Kay Hansen gets that, man, what's more shocking? Kay Hansen getting that decision victory taken away from her, or RDA Paul Felder being a split decision, man? I mean, you know, I'm a guy from the Philadelphia area, man. Biggest Paul Felder fan. Shouts to Sean Brady. And, man, Paul Felder won that. That's a split decision, man. I don't know what fight they were watching, man. And then it went on to the Contender Series last night, too, with JP Buys. Cashed in the inside the distance plus 100. But I think that was a bad call overall.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely it was surprising by the judges, but I mean, I can't knock that McKenna win right there because that was my underdog that cashed in on me right there. So, you know, I can't even hate on that. Hey, Billy Briz, run through some of the names in the chat real quick.
Yeah, man, let me go through some of the names in the chat. We got the regulars in here. Shouts to Send Location, just my 2 cents, you know, the leader in the VIP area right now. We got Big Show Picks, a.k.a. BSP. We got Send Location, a Mecca alum right here. And then we also got Bloodthirsty MMA. Always see you in the weigh-in streams when I'm watching them. So, you know, big fan to him. And we also got the main man, Boston Nick, MMA. Do you got a shoe? You better hide, because Nikki might come and grab it from you. And we also got UFC betting experience. And we also got Alex Ramirez in chat. Shouts to everybody that's tuning in for this one. We got a great episode.
Slow down. I got to give this guy some love. I'm sorry. First off, I got to give just my 2 cents. He gave us a 99-cent donation before the show even started. He's already in the VIP club with the wristband, but look at who just hopped in behind him. Don't ask, don't tell. $10 donation. He's always in the VIP club. 2 wristbands today. I see you, man. We appreciate the donation out there, man. So right now we're gonna keep that up there for you guys, but we got something special for you guys. You know, it wouldn't be a proper Seconds Out show if we didn't have a special guest backstage. You know, UFC fighter. You know, some of you guys might know. I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes in the chat. You know, to maybe get some questions ready for the one and only Gustavo Lopez. Yes, the one and only Gustavo Lopez is backstage. He's gonna be joining us real shortly. 12-5 in the MMA right now, getting his first win. Really impressive in the first round. So, I mean, we're going to be having him live on this show in about 2 minutes. So I want you guys to just go ahead and hit that like button, hit that share button, and let everybody know Gustavo Lopez is on Seconds Out.
Yeah, man, I'm excited for this one. Gustavo Lopez, that's the fucking G, dog. You know, come in late notice and cash both tickets for us. That's the G right there in my heart.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't say no better on that. No better. I mean, Gustavo Lopez, somebody that makes money for Pub Sports Radio, because I had it straight. You cashed it inside the distance. Boston Nick cashed it inside the distance. Somebody also hit it by submission. So, I mean, that's just all the different ways and views you're going to get here on Pub Sports Radio. Not just one capper betting it one way. We find 3 to 5 different ways to get paid all in one day. So, with that being said, man, let's go ahead and bring them on. I'm talking about Gustavo Lopez, 12-5, coming off his impressive win over Burchek. Let's go ahead and give him some love in the chat, man. How you doing out there?
Gustavo!
How's it going, man?
So what's going on with you right now, man? This COVID. How has this affected your training so far?
Training has been really affected anywhere. Extreme Couture has been open since the COVID. We just locked down for a little bit, and luckily we have a great one of my roommates is one of the coaches at Extreme Couture. We went to the park, we got some work in, but during this whole camp I got to train at the UFC PI, and they just took care of me so well. I by far the best I've ever felt, the strongest, weights, easiest weight cut I've ever did. It just on and how amazing they are. Physical therapy, Tara, big shout out to her. She's amazing. Anything that hurts, the little problems, they fix you up. I can't be so more grateful of how nice I have it now.
Got it. So let's get right into it. I mean, so you made your debut in the UFC. They didn't give you no favors. I mean, they matched you up against Rob, one of the top 15 in the bantamweights division. How was that fighting him?
And it literally everybody asked, like, how did it feel like fighting with no fans and no everything? And I'm like, bro, it feels like we're going down to the gym and just getting in a fight. You know, it does, like, we literally is what it is. There's training, there's a whole thing for it. But for that first fight with Merab, I literally was mountain biking that night, the day before weigh-ins, and just got a call like, hey, you want to fight in for the UFC? You got to make it. You got to make weight. I'm like, done. I was 157 and I had to cut down. Merab wanted to do a catch weight at 40, so still 17 pounds in 20 hours. Wow. Got it done.
That's a lot.
Got it done. Felt good, but soon started throwing some punches in the fight with Merab. I just felt tired, and it's no way you could cut that much weight and still perform at your best. The way I fought this last fight against, if I had a full camp against Merab, different story. So it just shows me in a full camp, I'm just very dangerous.
Yeah, man. Speaking of very dangerous, I mean, you bounced back after your loss with the first round finish against Anthony Burchek. How did it feel to get your hand raised in the UFC?
Oh, it's one of those dreams, you know. It's one of those goals in life that you want to get that first win out of the way, you know. And there's just more to come. I just ecstatic. I was just been so happy since the fight. It's just everything is going so well. So I'm just grateful, you know, to be able to just do what we're doing, especially in this pandemic. It's just crazy. I hear so many crazy stories of people just not be able to, you know, survive and can't pay bills, and you know, I was able to take that shot, you know, cut that weight, get the contract and be able to fight now. So blessed.
Yeah, I mean,
blessings on blessings. Blessings on blessings, man. Honestly.
Yeah, so you got to get that win, right? So they gave you an extra little bonus for the win too, right? So that actually had to make it a lot more blessing on blessing, right?
I didn't get a fight bonus. I thought I was gonna get that 50K. Oh, that would have been a life changer, but no, just got the win, got the the SoPay win bonus, and just we'll get the next one. Next time we'll get that 50K.
Yeah, man. Honestly, man, I feel like seeing Max Griffin go out there right after, you're just like, all right, fuck.
Bro, I really didn't watch any of the fights after. Like literally, they put you back in the room to get some interviews, throw you back in the hotel, and then you take off, and it's like you don't get to see anything unless you're just, waiting, go somewhere else to watch it.
I hope you embrace that win, though, man. First win in the UFC, man. That's a big W right there.
I really did. I was out for like 3 days, just out with friends, having a ball. Just took off to Arizona to win the Tucson to go watch the SC game versus U of A. Good friend of mine, his son plays for SC, so.
Oh yeah, that must have been lit. You probably got like the great VIP seats out there, great weather too.
It was the only seats available. Like you couldn't buy tickets to these games anymore because of the COVID. So they allow family. Luckily, this guy like, hey man, your family, come down if you want to come. I'm like, I'm there.
Yeah, that's all I need to hear. I would be on the same type time, man. And
it's crazy because I was in Tucson, and Anthony Burchak lives there. So I'm like, you know what? 6-pack, and then took it over to his gym, brought it over, had that beer that we said we were gonna have. Like there's no hard feelings about fighting the guy, but in the cage, I'm gonna fucking take your head off. But afterwards, just hey, let's have a beer. It's our job.
Man, speaking of your job, we got a good question right here from Send Location. Gustavo, was it hard to fight Anthony since you're training with him before?
Not at all. Bro, he's the one that hit me first. Like literally in the beginning, he hit me. I'm like, all right, we're gonna fight then. And we just fought, man. He was throwing hard, I was throwing hard. There wasn't no like, oh, I'm gonna pull back or I'm not gonna. I was throwing. I was throwing. He was throwing. I just felt right and everything was going well on my end and got the finish really quick.
Man, yeah.
Things worked out great because I was hitting him hard, but I got it like it got done. And then he's still able to, didn't go home with any cuts, nothing broken, other than, some bruises and some, that's all he had. But because we're friends, I'm happy for the guy.
Yeah, that's a perfect scenario. Everybody gets paid.
He got signed 4-fight deal. Hopefully the next fight, he gets a full camp, get ready. I told him he needs to come to Las Vegas. Come to Las Vegas, go to the UFC PI and get taken care of over there. They are truly amazing how they just everything possible. They check how strong you are, your oxygen levels, how much body fat you need. They do blood work. They check, what are you deficient in. They give you the supplements. They feed you breakfast, lunch, dinner. All you need is like a coach or MMA coach, but everything else, they take care of everything. It's just phenomenal how amazing the UFC PI is. It's just, crazy.
Yeah, speaking of that, yeah, you're right. This is a question from MMA Unhinged. He said, in your last fight, you came out unscratched, winning the fight in 2 minutes and 43 seconds. Surely you're looking to get back in there as quick as possible. Is there another way that we would see another fight before the year ends?
Hopefully, man. Books are all the fights I know, they're set already. But if someone doesn't make weight, someone gets COVID, hey baby boy, I'm gonna stay ready. I'm already back in the gym, already eating healthy, keeping my weight down. I already told him like, hey, I want to get back in fight camp. So if we do get a call,
perfect right before holiday season.
Yeah, we're ready to say yes. So we're gonna just stay ready. I feel amazing, so I'm just gonna keep on doing what I do.
All right, here's another question from Big Show Picks. He wants to know what should they do if fighters are intentionally missing weight?
I don't know anything about that. If someone's intentionally trying to miss weight, they're gonna get cut. It's bad enough that you lose 20, 30, 40% of your purse for that much weight, and then if it's too much weight, they might just cancel the fight.
Yeah.
So as a professional and being a professional in the UFC, there's no reason why you should be missing weight. You know, be smart about it. Like if you know you can't make weight in a certain, don't take the fight because it makes you look stupid, and plus, if you're not ready, call someone else that they're ready.
Honestly, instead of trying to take the fight on
fight like shitty because you have to cut so much weight. It's just, on my situation, last minute call, of course I'm gonna say yes. I made the weight, but I still felt shitty against Marab. So it's like you gotta stay lean, you gotta stay ready all the time, and just get ready to fight.
Speaking of weight, I already know the answer on this because I tuned into some of your other information. But tell us about your worst weight cut, and how much was it?
That's a good question.
This one was one of the bad ones. 17 pounds in 20 hours was bad. 23 pounds in a day was another bad one when I fought Jose Alday for Combate for the title. Ended up losing for a split decision. Took another short notice fight, won, and then I got offered to fight Alday again for the rematch for the title. And that one was my first ever camp I've had my whole career. The rest were like kind of noticed, but that one was a full camp. Went in there, knocked him out. Next camp, I go against Joey Roquette, first round knockout.
That was your title defense, right?
Yeah, both title defense for Combate Americas. When I won it, then I defended it. Right now I'm on 3 full fight camps and with 3 amazing finishes in the first round. So I'm gonna try to keep that streak alive, staying ready, and just going out there and just finishing people. I want to be the best. I know in the gym we have amazing guys, and that I go toe to toe with, and I know I'm at that caliber. So I'm
Extreme Couture, one of the best gyms out. I mean, tell us a little about Combat America and how you became champion.
Bro, Combat America they came out of nowhere. They just literally had a show in Vegas, took the fight like in a week notice, won. They just enjoyed my personality and just kept on winning during the company. Eventually got offered a title fight, lost for the guy missed weight, and then I lost. The guy poked me in the eye, and then so the title was vacant. And then I just kept fighting for them, winning, and then eventually got offered to fill those title shots. And became the champion there, defended it, and to tell you the truth, they were amazing. They treated me well.
Royalty, right?
Yeah, anything they want that I needed to get taken care of, they did an amazing job. I was very happy with them. It's just at the end, they just got busy or something going on, and I was kind of just after my fight against Joey Roquette in Tahoe. I didn't fight for like a year. Like I wasn't doing no media stuff. I told him like at least keep me busy.
Yeah.
Keep me busy.
Right. Your fight was in jeopardy with Marab because of the contract you had with them still, right?
That too, yeah. We finished our fight, all our fights in a contract, but Combate still had a fighter's clause or a match clause, so they could have offered the same and try to keep me, but there are so many people on social media that kind of just, hey man, you can't just take this away.
Nah, honestly,
you can't do this to the guy. Like,
this is the call of all calls.
It's the goal. If you're gonna be an MMA fighter, you want to fight for the number 1 company of the world. And this, not saying bad about one, Bellator, all those other ones, but it's not the UFC. When someone says, they talk about MMA, they're talking about they say the UFC. Hey, you UFC, right? It's what like they think MMA and the UFC is one. So it's one of the things I'm really happy about. We've been talking to my friends about is that I'm happy that when people ask me like, "Hey, you UFC, right?" and I'm like, "Yeah, I did." Now you don't have to explain yourself. Like, no, I fight for Bellator. It's a different company. Combate is a Mexican league. You had to explain the other companies.
Yes.
Some fighters will know. Some people will know what they are, but if you say like a random person, hell yeah, I fight for Combate, they'd be like, what? MMA fighters like yourselves would understand and know, but people don't know.
Yeah,
you
the average public.
Yeah, now no matter who you are, you say you fight for the UFC, they're like, that guy.
Yeah,
that guy. He's
especially with the highlight reel knockout as your second fight.
There you go.
I mean, not just that. I mean, he don't like going to the judges. I mean, 5 KO, 6 submissions. Let me ask you something. What do you prefer? Do you prefer to win by KO or submission? And if so, by submission, what's your favorite submission move?
My favorite submission is, I think, front head neck stuff, guillotines, rear naked chokes, stuff with the neck. I really enjoy. Brian Carey was my main coach from the beginning, kind of taught me his ways. And people that know who Brian Carey is, he's an amazing grappler. I think he's one of the best. So luckily he's still around, helps me out here and there. And then now I'm working with Coach Casey up in 10 Planet Jiu-Jitsu. So I'm mixing it all up. The ground is where I'm really good at. But now with Coach Jimmy Gifford and Eddie Baraka working with my standing, it's just getting better. So I feel like I'm a well-rounded fighter. I can knock people out. But if you're going to try to take me down, it's going to be a problem. And I'm going to take you down and submit you. So I'm excited for the future.
Yes, sir. Like to hear that. Like to hear that. Speaking of the future, I mean, if you could travel back in the past, what is the #1 rematch with the person that you want to have?
Nobody, man. For the people that I fought, we fought. Won or lost is like it was the right move that moved me where I am today. I'm extremely happy where I'm at. Things just worked out for a reason. You know, even with going Combate, when I first lost that world title, and I'm like, oh, why did I lose? Things could have been so much better. But it worked out perfectly because when I won the title was when Combate actually started getting more traction. They signed with Kate Castillo, a big Mexican artist. And with her fame added more value to the company. So it was just the perfect timing. So if I would have won earlier, who knows what would have happened. So things just happen for a reason. I really don't take losses, and even wins that important. We're just gonna grow from it and just keep getting better.
Nice. Hey, Billy Briz, I remember you had a question about him being a heavy favorite and fighting on Combate. Go ahead, ask him how you felt about that.
Yeah, man, I wanted to know what are the thoughts going into fight week as you're being like a big favorite. I know the last time that you fought, it was kind of like a short notice type of call, but more of like the regional scene when you're the champ of the bantamweight division for that organization. How was those thoughts throughout fight week? Did you felt like the big man on campus?
Oh, definitely. I didn't feel like crazy, but it's like I had a good time. Combate did a very good job promoting me, getting me out there. I think I literally flew out to Miami first class to do an interview with Telemundo, something like that. TNDA, the new.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about for Mexican channels.
Flew me back right away. Had the fight. It was good. It's different when you're the champion of a company. They do the extra stuff for you to make sure you're happy.
Yeah, would you ever consider, because I see you fought also at 145 too. Would you ever consider moving up?
No, I'm a small. I feel like I'm a small 35er, medium size, to medium to small 35. There's some bigger 35ers around. I feel comfortable where I'm at. I feel strong. I feel like I'm just gonna add more muscle to my frame, lean out even more, and just really fit into the 35 division well.
Got it. All right. So right now, too, I have another question for you. I mean, you don't got to call anybody out or anything like that. But, here at MMA Locker Room, I like to do a little bit of matchmaking myself. You're ranked 45th right now. How would you feel about a matchup with Chris Gutierrez?
I'll say the truth, man. I don't even know who that is. I really don't follow much of it. Unless you're a big top 10 guy, I really don't know who you are. And I'm sure they don't know who I am. I'm managed by Rubenstein. So whatever Rubenstein brings up, like, hey, my coaches talk about it, and then they give me the game plan, and we run it. I'm a soldier.
Yeah, that's some thug shit right there, man.
Whatever they say, they tell me, like, hey, man, this is a good matchup. I think we should take it. All right. I got 100% trust in my coaches, my management, and everyone around me that's going to get me ready for whoever I fight next.
Got it. Speaking of fighting, this is a question I always like to see from the fighters. what's going on through your head when you're walking out into that cage? Like, what's the first thing going on to your head? Are you thinking murder, murder, kill, kill? Are you relaxed, ready to fight? Or do you have a certain theme music that you play? Do you have a certain person you talk to every single time? Do you get slapped 3 times before you go into the ring? What's your one thing that you have to do?
The one thing that I've always done, it's like around 30 minutes before my fight, I always call my mom. Call my mom, she throws a little blessing on me. All right, mom, love you. Hang up, smile, walk down the cage, whoop some ass, come back. Hey, mom, I'm good. Hang up. That's the routine, always. Making sure, let her know that, hey, I'm going to go have some fun. Hey, I'm okay. And from there, like, I'm just a happy dude. A lot of you guys saw when I fought Marab, I was just smiling and just having a great time. You know, didn't smile that much in the last fight because I was in there and I was just focused on getting that win. But I enjoy myself. I like literally being at the gym, being in the cage. It's my happy place. I really, truly enjoy being in there and just testing myself, to be the best.
Okay, let me ask you this: have you ever? Are you a betting man? Sometimes do you ever like to make bets on any sports out there?
I'm bad at it. I feel like every time I bet, I mess it up and I lose. So I just kind of just sit back and enjoy the.
Got it. Yeah, like we were saying before we brought you on stream. I mean, over here, we bet a lot on stream. A lot of people made a lot of money with you. So we just want to definitely give you some appreciation for that.
My buddies put like 4 or 5 grand on me, so they came out well.
Oh man, they could have cashed off a little bit more of the inside the distance prop too.
So real quick, Gustavo, before we get you out of here, I just want to get your opinion on the main event. Deiveson Figueiredo versus Alex Perez. If you were a betting man, who would you think's gonna win this fight in here? And who do you see winning?
Figueiredo. He's too fast, too strong. Perez is quick, good wrestling. I like the way he kicks. I think Figueiredo just hits too hard. I helped Bellator get ready for his fight, and we thought he was ready. That I'm not sure what happened. We thought we were gonna get it in, but the guy hits hard, so I'm going with him.
Got it. Okay. All right. And then on to the co-main event. Shevchenko versus Maia. That one right there, one-sided thing, right? It's a minus 1,500 on Shevchenko. How do you feel about Shevchenko winning inside the distance at a minus 140?
I'll take that. Definitely take that. He's amazing. C is truly one of the best fighters out there. Moves well, great striking, great ground. The
only girl that can compete with Nunes.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, different weight classes, but definitely, one of the best out there.
Yes, sir. Speaking of one of the best out there, man, we got a little saying on here on Second South Pub Sports Radio. Before we get you out of here, I'm gonna give you a little bit of minutes to give the world some positivity because I know you're a real positive guy. That's what you like to share on. But before we do that, can you give us a little promo sponsor? Can you say Seconds Out? Forget the other rest. We're the best out.
Seconds Out. Truly one of the best, bro. By far one of the best interviews I've had. You guys' energy, phenomenal. Phenomenal. Truly love you guys. Excited to be back. Hopefully after my next fight, we'll get together and we'll see what's going on.
Yes, sir. So right now, man, this is your time right now. I mean, you got the COVID going on, 2020. You got Thanksgiving coming around and Christmas. A lot of people got a lot of stuff to be happy for and positive for. Can you give the people a little bit of positivity out there?
Yes, sir. Truly, man, this is the time to just be just a good person. If you see someone that you could help, go out there and help them. Everybody's struggling. You don't know what people are going through right now. Just be a good person. And I think hopefully things will work out and we'll get back to normal soon.
Got it. Okay. That's that right there. My boy Boston Nick has this little thing that he likes to do called shoeys. Would you ever be willing to do a shoey on camera?
Yeah, Definitely.
That's the answer I like to hear, man.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's what we like to hear, man. We just want to take this time right here. Oh, there's the shoey.
Hey.
This is for you, Gustavo. Beer.
Oh, he's gonna do it. Oh, there we go.
Get it.
Keep cashing those tickets, dog.
There we go.
It's for you. Plus 170. You cashed that big for me, brother. So
Thank you.
gotta do it.
Nikki on a Wednesday, man.
Yeah, Tua Tuivasa doesn't have anything on this guy. There you go. Chin up.
Chin up, Nick. Oh my God.
That's for Gustavo Lopez right there for bringing us that cash. There you go, baby. There we go.
Man, brother. Thank you so much.
Proud.
All right. Yeah, man. Like I said, anytime you want to come on, definitely right before your next fight, I would love to get you on, hype the fight up a little bit, talk about your camp and everything like that. Open radio from Pub Sports Radio. Everybody here, Jeff Slaughter, Preston with Talking Hands, Boston Nick, myself, MMA Locker Room, Money Mo, Billy Briz, and everybody else. We just want to say thanks for coming on.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it.
All right, man. You have a nice, wonderful night.
You too.
All right, there you guys go, man. There it is right there. The one and only Gustavo Lopez, 12-5, 1-1 in the UFC, coming off of a loss against Marab. Don't mind that. Coming off of a first round win, cashing in. I'm loving it.
That's funny, Millz.
Yeah, man. So shout out to everybody in the chat, man. So what we're going to do on this card right here, it's going to be a little bit different, different cast and scenery. So what we're going to do, we're going to talk about, of course, all the updated UFC news, some of the Bellator fights as well. Then we're going to skim through some of the fights on UFC and let you know who we're picking in that one. Then we're going to go through some of the Bellator event because that card is stacked. And we're going to let you guys know who we like in that one as well.
Sounds good.
All right, Billy Briz. So let's go ahead and bring it up right now on the board and see who we got first kicking off on this UFC 255. 2 belts is on the line. Oh, man. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, Millz. It's a crazy card, man. I feel like this is a very underrated card. You want me to bring it up on the screen for the people?
Yeah, go ahead, bring it up. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the headliner. The headliner was supposed to be Deiveson Figueiredo versus Cody No Love Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt got hurt, had to pull out the fight, so that couldn't go on. So in comes Alex Perez, coming straight from the Contender Series, making his debut now, fighting for the championship right here. So this – sorry. Hold on. Breaking news. Michael Bell just hopped in the VIP club with the $10 donation.
Let's go.
Appreciate the hard work, boys. Man, let's keep it coming, man. Appreciate it, man. You're in the VIP club. Looks like a first-time viewer, too, man. So if you're in the VIP club, that means you got the wristband. Yes, Pub Club. You got the wristband. Appreciate it, man. And appreciate everybody else out there, man. If you guys could definitely hit that like and share button. I know we could do better than this, man. Like my man Mo say, 22 people out here. We got the NBA draft going on. But, we're definitely going to keep it live right here. Seconds out. We're going to run through all these cards right here, get you out of here nice and tidy before the night's over. So, so that was one of the main fights that was on the card, right? That got canceled. What I like to do before I even talk about the whole card, I like to talk about the fights that was supposed to happen. Jose Aldo versus Marlon Vera. That was supposed to be on this one. Nicholas Dalby versus Oren Cosco. That one got scratched. Robbie Lawler versus Mike Perry. That one got scratched and replaced. Brandon Moreno versus Alex Perez. And you've seen what happened with that. So just like the show must go on. So we're going to go ahead and start with this first fight. So with this first fight, you got Louis Cosce coming in 7-0. Coming off the Contender Series, fighting Sasha Padovic, 5-2. This is going to be taking place out welterweight right here. I believe you got that's the twin brother, right?
Yeah, that is the I would say, I don't want to say the better twin brother, but the one that was a favorite on the Contender Series. Or both of them were underdogs, but he was the slighter underdog, I should say.
So Billy Briz, speaking of underdogs, get the people out there some odds right now on these two fighters.
Yeah, man. The odds on this fight, I'm trying to pull it up on MyBookie. If you're looking for a book, use mybookie.ag, promo code PubSportsRadio. And the odds on this fight, Millz, is Luis Cosce Cosce is a minus 420 favorite that is moving up trend tremendously day by day, and the over under is set at 1.5 for this one here.
Got it. Yeah, see, so yeah, Louis Cosce, I believe he opened up on my books at a minus 320. I put him in a few parlays on there, but after that, I seen he hopped all the way up to a minus 400 on there. How do you feel about somebody making their debut and being a minus 400 favorite?
See, man, usually in this type of situation,
I'm sorry, Billy Briz.
You're good.
Oh, man, shout out to Big Show Picks, man. Just hopped in the VIP club once again and again. He was supposed to be part of this broadcast. We appreciate all the donation, all the love out there, man. Big Show Picks, man. Appreciate it, man. Keep it coming. Part of the Mecca. Never mind. Yeah, definitely. He was part of the Mecca, you know. The Mecca goes on is what they say, you know, the Mecca goes on. But shit, with that being said, I'm never going to say that again on stream. Billy Briz, go ahead and take it over what you were saying.
Yeah, man. Luis Cosce here. He's an exciting prospect, and he's known as a finisher. He's 7-0 professionally, with 7 of his wins coming inside the first round here, 5 via TKO. He's a dangerous striker, honestly. It was very hard to find a lot of fights on his on Fight Pass because he doesn't have a lot of fights against a lot of high-name competition. But I feel like the level of competition, his opponent here, Sasha, he's a 31-year-old grinder type of UFC MMA fighter, and he came from the Hong Kong regional scene. Man, I feel like if it wasn't for COVID, man, this type of caliber of a UFC fighter would not have gotten signed. So that explains my first play of the night on FanDuel plus 200, Luis Cosce, TKO, first round.
Got it. Like it. People in the chat's liking that one as well, man. So, okay. Definitely feeling that one on there. So, for all the people out there, you got the prop right now. It's not on my books yet, you know. So, once it comes out, I will be looking to play that as well because that definitely looks like a playable number on there as well. So, let's move on to the second fight right here. The second fight coming up, is this the Cal Dawkins versus Dustin Stolfus? So you got Cal Dawkins coming in 9 wins, 1 loss, coming off an impressive fight against Brandon Allen. Went through 15 minutes, as I recall. Didn't get the win in that one. He was a heavy underdog in that fight. And then you got Dustin Stolfus on the other hand. If I'm correct, he was the one that fought in the Contender Series and body slammed the guy and broke the guy's arm, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. So, I mean, it's going to be an explosive fight right here. The line, when it opened up, Cal Dawkins opened up a minus 230 favorite. That didn't last too long. Went all the way up to a minus 320 favorite on the books right here. How do you feel about that line, Billy Briz?
See, man, when this line first opened up, it opened up like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And Kyle Dawkins was actually at like a minus 160 line. And I felt like that was like playable. And man, it gets to fight week. We can roll over to UFC 255, and this line gets steamed, man. He, I think, is the better of the Dawkins brothers. So he put up a pretty good fight against Brandon Allen in his UFC debut. And maybe that's the reason why people are backing this minus 400 line. But I wouldn't mind a play on Dustin Stolfus. If you can bet him by decision, I think that's a pretty good prop. That's probably going to come in at pretty big plus money, probably somewhere in the 300 range. But I think I'm going to stay away from Kyle Dawkins here. I know a lot of people are liking him for his first victory in the UFC here. I'm going to pick him from the Mecca to win by decision, but I think I'm going to fade this for parlays. You know, I'm a big parlay guy, #ParlayBill on Twitter, and he didn't make the cut for the parlays. That's kind of how I feel about it. I feel like he's a little bit overrated of a fighter. There's a lot of recency bias because him and his brother have just been absolutely murdering the scene. When have you ever said somebody lost a fight but they really won in the meantime, unless their name is Paul Felder?
Wait, unless their name's Paul Felder. Which fight are you referring to, sir?
The RDA fight over the weekend. I feel like even though he lost that fight, he didn't lose that fight, man, from the aspect of that didn't mess up his rank or anything like that.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people high on the Dawkins brothers, you know. We'll say this. I seen him fight in LFA before. I thought he was going to do a little bit more against Brandon Allen, Now looking at Brandon Allen, how he just looked against Strickland out there, really
It
doesn't
makes sense.
it really doesn't have me too high on him. I mean, the striking on Allen, we all know is not there, but with this one, yeah, I mean, I guess the play would be Dawkins, but I'll be honest, man, Stolfus, he's aggressive, man. If he puts that pressure on him, good kickboxer as well. So this can be something to where I think the line is really off. I think it should have stayed at minus 220, maybe hopped up to a minus 230, but no way I think that he's a 3-1 favorite on here to get this one done. So like I said, I put Kyle Dawkins in a few parlays at minus 230, but no way I'm touching him at that line.
Yeah, Millz, man. I see a lot of people slamming Kyle Dawkins in their parlays this week, and I would be just a tad bit hesitant to do that. A lot of people want to go towards his grappling game, but Dustin Stolfus is also a brown belt, and BJJ also himself. So I feel like the dog is definitely live. Will I bet on the dog? Probably not. There's some other dogs I like on this card.
All right. Speaking about other dogs you like on the card, all right, let's get down to it right now. So this next fight right here, I think this is going to be one of the fights, the better fights on the card. This is taking place. You got Alan Juban coming in, 16 wins, 7 losses, coming off a loss, versus Jared Gooden coming in, looking to make his debut in the UFC. Jared Gooden, I believe, fought with like Titan FC and other organizations. He was supposed to make his debut, I believe, 3 months ago against a fighter, but I believe he got hurt on here. To open up on this fight, this was a fight that I really targeted because they both opened up at a pick'em price. I couldn't get a real good read on it, the first couple of days. Next thing you know, the line changed. Alan Juban went all the way up to a minus 135. Jared Gooden sitting back at a plus 115. Underdog. How do you see this one playing out? Is any dogs barking?
Oh, man, I think this is the spot that I'm going to take my first dog in the night, and I'll give you the reason why. Alan Juban. Yeah, man, I'm probably saying his name wrong, but Alan Juban, man, I feel like he's just trying to find his way out of the UFC here, man. He's a broadcaster himself, and I just feel like this is a situation here where a lot of people are going to side with the side of experience, but more times than not, I want to side with the side of who's a fucking dog. You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna hop up inside the cage and cause that chaos? Who's the hungrier guy? Who wants that paycheck more? And that's the reason why I think the best bet on this fight here is the fight not to go to distance at minus 112. That's one of the spots that I'm really looking to hammer once that comes out on my book. I see it floating around on other books out there like MyBookie and FanDuel, minus 112 for the fight not to go to distance. But when it comes to the side of the pick here, I kind of want to see how weigh-ins go in, and I would probably side with the dog as of right now, but if things go different at weigh-ins, I feel like I lean more for the fight not to go to distance. Alan Juban has shown a very suspect chin of recent, and I think it's going to show again, even though Jared Gooden's been beaten up on some trash cans in the regional scene. I kind of like him here coming into this spot. How about you, Millz?
Yeah, man, I'm going to be honest. I'm a fan of him. He's an exciting fighter. He can win both ways. He can submit you. He can knock you out as well. He can also be knocked out. But, I mean, he's an entertaining guy. So for the UFC, I think he's definitely what the UFC wants to see here. Underdogs, I think, is definitely going to be barking on there. So what I like to do is, I like to skim through people's Twitter feed, their Instagram and everything like that and see what they're up on lately. So let's go ahead and scale through Gooden's and see what he's up to. See who he's training with. Okay. That's what I like to see. When you're in there with other people that's training at a high efficient level as you, instead of seeing pictures of you like with your dog or, like a picture at the mall or something, look at them. Okay. Hitting some weights. I'm not mad at it, So it seems like all the pictures as you go through it is pretty much him working out. Him working out, trying to improve, trying to get better, as you see. So yeah, man, I like what I see out of Gooden right here. Yeah, like you said, a lot of people think along Juban, the model, he's 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You can't really step into the octagon with thoughts like that. You got to be all in. So, the dog's definitely going to be barking on this one. I would probably bet my lunch money on Gooden right here and just take the underdog money in it right here. So that's one play I'm going to go with right there. Hey, Billy Briz, in DraftKings, who would be the better pick?
To me, to be honest with you, I feel like they're very comparable. I think he won both sides of this fight because Alan Juban, I definitely think he's the higher experience level fighter here. Even though I'm going to side with the dog, I definitely do see some value on him at -150. I feel like Gooden, every time he moves up in competition, he kind of just loses. But it's more of a fade of Juban because I don't like to pick fighters with an extremely low volume. So I would probably side with the dog with a like 60-40% lead.
Yeah, I just like watching this, man. That little combo right there. If you can come into the UFC and and execute that, at a high level and continue it on, definitely like what I'm seeing from the guy right here. So yeah, I mean, that's the play right there. So is anybody in the chat? Let's run through some of the things that the people are saying in the chat and see who they got.
Yeah, I'm just trying to turn on a light, and I don't know why, but these motion sensor lights in a bedroom, what kind of shit is that? But
got Gooden by the second round, ground and pound. Okay. I like to see that.
Yeah, it looks like chat's on it for sure. Just my 2 cents says, tell him Billy. Micah Bell says, yeah, live dog for show. And also comments, Paul Felder just wants to fight on Fight Island. That's all he's fighting for. I definitely agree with that, man. Sometimes when the fighters go to Fight Island, you don't know if they're there for vacation or a payday.
Yep. All right. So let's move on to the next one, man. This one's definitely going to be a banger. This was a fight that just got put together on short replacement. Yeah, got really put together. I forgot whose opponent fell out. I do forget, but this is Nicholas Dalby versus the one and only Daniel Rodriguez, D-Rod, coming in 13 wins, 1 loss, opened up at a -330 favorite. Heavy favorite, fighting out of Alhambra, California. Just have to mention it because that's right around here in my area. And then you got Nicholas Dalby coming in, 18 wins, 4 losses, just looking horrible off his last fight against Ronson, man. I mean, talking about losing money, man, I think he was a -215 favorite or something. I put a little bit of half unit on him. Oh my God, man. That was the dumbest move of the day, man. So
I feel you on that one, man. That burned me at Fight Island too. I was reading into the juice also as well.
So right now on this one, you got heavy favorites on this card. But I will say this, I'm kind of feeling the other way on this fight. So I'm a big Daniel Rodriguez fan myself. But I just do believe that Nicholas Dalby fight that we did see in there with Ronson, I just think that shit was a fluke on some forth. Nicholas Dalby plus 245 favorite. Got me thinking, got me scratching my beard a little bit. I'm thinking about putting a little bit of money on him because if you ask me, this should be like a -220 D-Rod, to Nicholas Dalby. I definitely don't think he should be this high. What about you, Billy Briz?
Man, I'm gonna have to go the other way right here. Daniel Rodriguez is gonna close out my prelim parlay with Louis Cosce, and I paid a hefty price tag for it. I paid -162, and then I also have him in a 3-leg parlay with somebody later on in the card here. And it's just really a fade against Nicholas Dalby, man. I feel like he spent the prime of his career not fighting in the UFC, so we think that he's younger than what he really is, but he's really a 36-year-old UFC fighter who hasn't really stepped up in the level of competition and is kind of more on the fading his way out of the UFC here. And I just don't feel like he has that dog in him. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Rodriguez, yeah, he drinks a little bit. Yeah, he smokes a little bit. But at the end of the day, man, that doesn't measure the level of toughness of a fighter that you are. I know you're a big guy for those Cali boys out there. And D-Rod, man, I just feel like D-Rod's just going to light this dude up on the feet. And I feel like he's better than him in every grappling department way so possible. I feel like when this fight goes down to the feet, D-Rod has the edge there. On the hands, he has the edge there also as well. And I just don't see I feel like there's a bad case scenario for Nicholas Dalby. He was supposed to get the lesser of the Cosce brothers, and now he's fighting a dude that he's looking across, and he's like, fuck, man, I got to fight this dude. And I feel like this is just one way for the UFC to build up Daniel Rodriguez's name, because a lot of people are going to recognize Nicholas Dalby and the stuff that he does on YouTube and stuff like that, and different things that he does with Dan Hardy.
Got it. So I mean, Playing, all right, you got him in your parlay right there, but I know sometimes you like to triple up on a bet and hit it 3 different ways. What's a good prop out there that the books got that mybookie.ag has out there that we could probably give to the people that they can cash into?
Yeah, Millz, that's actually a really good question because that's the one last thing that I'm pretty stuck on this fight is I see a lot of people picking Daniel Rodriguez by KO, the over-under set at 1.5, and juice to the over. But there's definitely some value on that under 1.5. But me personally, I would like to pick Daniel Rodriguez either inside the distance, which is TKO prop is plus 100, which isn't good enough for me. So I'm probably going to take wins by decision, and the win by decision is not even that nice either. So I think this is just a parlay piece type of fight. Nothing really popping out to me for props on this one, man, as I'm looking at fightodds.com right now.
Got it. So let's see. TJ Kill says, how short notice D-Rod? Yeah, I think it was like
week notice.
Yeah. You got Bloodthirsty MMA, Dalby Drew with Till, had a draw with Till. Let's see.
Yeah, Dalby had a draw with Till, and that was about like a decade ago, it feels like.
You got Cameron Smurda. D-Rod is going to win by murder. D-Rod Chin. Let's see. D-Rod Chin compromised by Grant. So let's speak about that. That was one of the craziest fights. I'm talking about Daniel Rodriguez versus David Grant or Dante Grant, whoever the Grant is. I remember Dwight Grant. There we go. I knew it started with the D. Oh, man. It was one knockout after the another. You thought he was going to win. And then D-Rod pulled it off. That was a slugfest right there, man. Did you remember that fight this year?
Yeah, man, I remember that fight this year because I had money on the Rodriguez boys parlay with Mike Rodriguez and Daniel Rodriguez, and I think that was the same weekend that the Lakers were playing the playoffs against the Blazers. So I definitely remember that one because that was pretty recent too. Man, it's crazy though because I know a lot of people. I hope people in the Mecca pick Dalby, and I get that one up with D-Rod because that was definitely one of the more confident plays of the card, and I would say he would be my favorite on the card besides Cosce.
Got it. All right, so let's move on down the card, man. Get on through it. Oh, man. Here we go. Finally gets to the part I like, me and love. Talking about, you already know what that is. That's some women's MMA. I love betting on women's MMA. So in this one, you got Ariana Lipsky coming in versus the lower stepsister, the unforgotten Shevchenko. Antonina Shevchenko coming in, didn't look impressive after her last loss. Ariana Lipsky comes in, 13 wins, 5 losses, coming in a slightly underdog in here at plus 135. You got Shevchenko opening the books at a minus 160 right here. 8 wins, 2 losses. How do you see this one playing out, Billy Briz?
Oh, man, I feel like a lot of people here look at this type of fight and they see Antonina Shevchenko, the older sister of Valentina. They think that she's rubbing off all good energy here, and she's going to come to this fight and make a statement here. But I'm not really too high on her, man. I feel like in this fight, though, she might have the edge technical striking wise, but I feel like Lipsky might have the edge grappling wise. It would be interesting though because the stats don't really have Lipsky going for takedowns here, but if she could take down Shevchenko here, I feel like this line is off. Shevchenko should not be a minus 177 favorite here. I feel like the value is on Lipsky here at plus 140 and definitely worth a shot because this fight's going to go to decision here. I don't see any girl really out jousting the other girl here. I don't think Shevchenko's going to knock her out. I don't think she's her sister. And a lot of people forget that she's older than her sister. Older than the sister. So it's like how good is she really? Like, you know how people always try to make these random narratives in their head, like, yeah, we only seen her twice, man. Of recent, man, she's making all these improvements, this, that, and third. How much improvements is she really making? I might sound a little bit biased here because I'm a big fan of the Queen of Violence. Last time she won that fight against Carolina, I feel like you couldn't really take a lot from her because a little birdie told me that Carolina actually had spine surgery in the beginning of the camp. So that's the reason why she came out there and went for that knee bar like that, because the way that she stretched her leg and like her knee and stuff, it like fucks up the lower part of your back, and especially somebody coming off of spine surgery or something like that. So I don't know how to really handicap this fight. I haven't really decided a side yet. Probably do a little bit more tape study. This is one of the fights that I'm really looking for weigh-ins to get that little edge, just that little edge. If I can see if one girl looks a little bit more fatigued, or if a girl has to bring out a towel. But I think Valentina Shevchenko is going to come in here, look pretty nice on the scales and all that. But I think Lipsky, Queen of Violence, gets it done by decision, split.
Okay, is that your official Mecca pick too as well?
Yes.
Got it. So you're going with Lipsky right there, man. Not mad at it right there. I definitely got to play on this one. Bet your lunch money, so you got to stay in tune to see which way it's going to go. You know, you never know, man. You don't want to mess with nobody with the last name Shevchenko. They might just shank you, you know. So I got to keep everything for the Mecca, though, you know. So yeah, we'll keep that one going. Yeah, definitely on this one right here. What do you think about fight going the distance or finishing inside the distance?
To be honest with you, man, I kind of want to stay away from this fight. This is one of those type of fights when we're on the live streams and, you know, we had a couple drinks in us and it's rolling out well. And we both look at each other like, women's MMA is coming up. We taking an Insta prop. This is more of an Insta prop type of spot here. Hopefully more money keeps on pouring in on the Shevchenko sister, and we get better plus odds for Lipsky here.
Yes, sir, man. All right, now we got a banger fight right here. This one, I mean, you got Joaquin Buckley coming in 11 wins, 3 losses versus the Beverly Hills Ninja, Jordan Wright, coming in 11-0. And I don't see how he's 11-0 when the last time I seen him before that win over Venezuela, he got KO'd. All right, so you got Joaquin Buckley opened up at a -230 favorite. He's all the way up to a -270 favorite. The little bit of underdog money, shit. Actually, if you want to take a stab at it, plus 215 on your boy Jordan Wright right here. This fight is going to be taking place at middleweight. So how do you see this one rolling out?
Oh, man, Millz, this is one of the fights right here where, like, it feels like people are just picking the dog just to pick the dog. You know what I'm saying? Chat, let me know if you guys agree with that one, because I feel like a lot of people are picking Jordan right here just so they can say they have about like 3 dogs on a very chalky card. But I feel like let me ask you this, Millz. Is there a better knockout than you see than Buckley in that last fight?
Shit, that was one of the top knockouts I ever seen. That was one of the craziest, I'll say that, but it wasn't when it comes down to it, I mean, it was a thing of luck. So, I mean, I'll say it's one of the craziest things. So, I mean, yeah, I'm not going to put too much stock into that.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are going to pick Jordan right here because he might have he's the taller fighter, has a slighter bit more reach advantage here. But I feel like the shots that Jordan Wright's throwing isn't the same shots that he's going to be receiving by Joaquin Buckley here. I feel like Buckley's definitely live for a TKO here, but I feel like Jordan Wright, both of these fighters, their stats are going to trend for this fight to finish inside the distance, but I honestly think there's some value on Buckley by decision here. I think there's a lot more path to victory for Buckley here. I don't really see him getting knocked out here. I can't bet on somebody with the nickname as the Beverly Hills Ninja. He didn't really impress me. I think the big fight that you really need to rewatch is the fight against Fluffy Hernandez, and that just really feels like the type of fight that we're going to get here in this scenario, where Fluffy just kind of kept on throwing that heat to him. And Jordan Wright, man, you know why he calls himself the Beverly Hills Ninja? Because he's been beating up on those pussy-ass Beverly Hills rich boys out there. He's never been in there against a freaking dog like Joaquin Buckley. Do I want to pay the price tag here for Buckley? I don't know, man. But the way this card's looking like, you're going to have to get uncomfortable in a couple of certain spots. And I think this is a good prelim parlay piece.
All right, here we go, man. So I'm going to just give you guys my Millz minute on him, on both fighters. All right, cool. Joaquin Buckley, we all know the story with them. He just wants to go in there and spar. He don't want to train with nobody. Kick him out of camp. I'm okay with that. He doesn't want to be friends. I'm okay with that. He fought in Bellator. He fought tougher competitions. I'm good with that. Jordan Wright, let me tell you a little bit of story about Jordan Wright. He was 4-0 fighting guys that was like 0-20. He was like 4-1 fighting guys that was like 0-6. So a lot of things that shows me right there is his camp that's training him. They don't even think he's ready. If you got 4 wins already and you're fighting somebody that's 0-16, 0-8, where we do that at? Nah. So on here, I mean, I seen Jordan Wright hop in the ring looking like he was Wonder Boy Thompson and got dropped so bad, man. He made the LA over here, Beverly Hills Ninja, look bad, bro. Beverly Hills, that's from my area too. LA, shout out to everybody, but great. But man, so in this one, I'm going with Buckley on here. I'm not too high on it though, but definitely, man, Buckley's gonna finish this fight on there, man. Moving on to the next one, man. I'm only giving you a minute on that one. Who you got on this next fight? Can you bring up the next fight on the card, Billy Briz?
Man. I think Millz, this is the #1 contender for the flyweight title right here. We got Brandon Moreno versus Brandon Royval here, and I feel like this is a fight that people kind of get misconstrued because Brandon Moreno is actually the younger fighter, but we think that Brandon Royval is the younger fighter because he has less experience in the UFC here. But as I digress a little bit more, I kind of like this fight a lot for Brandon Moreno. I know I'm going to go against the grain. I like Brandon Royval. That's my boy. He cashed for me on that last ticket against the Israel Adesanya Costa card. And last 4 of his wins have came by submission. I think there's value on that submission prop plus 430. That's like a female underdog submission, which I feel like it's definitely worth a shot here, but I think the better side is going to be Brandon Moreno by decision when that comes out. I like Brandon Moreno a lot here. I feel like he has the edge on the feet. And then when it comes to grappling, I know that Royval's a black belt BJJ artist and has dangerous submission game here. But I feel like Moreno has there's levels to this shit, and I feel like Moreno's just right underneath that level. He really showed a lot in that last fight against Juicier Formiga, and I'm pretty high on him. Brandon Royval is one of my favorite personal fighters, but I don't like this spot for him. How about you, Millz?
Oh, man, I got to go the other way, man. I'm going with the Raw Dog from Inglewood, California. How can I go against him, man? Only thing he did in the UFC is what Al Davis said. Win, win, win. You know, so Brandon Royval plus money right here, give me a little bit of shot on him. But this fight right here, let me explain it. This is the fight that both of these fighters need. Just like how we seen in that Nathaniel Wood and Casey Kinney fight, this is going to be one of the better fights of the year. Get your popcorn ready. Get your smoke ready. Get your drinks ready. Get everybody ready. This is going to be the fight. This is the main event on the prelims. Brandon Moreno's been looking nothing but short of impressive within his last 2 fights in the UFC. Had a little bit of hiccups before that. Brandon Royval, this is the battle of the Brandons. Come on now, man. And whoever wins this, definitely going to be in line for that title fight right here.
Yeah.
So trust me when I say this. This is going to be a dog fight. Brandon Moreno opened up at a -200, got bet down to a -180, -190. That's where he's still sitting at right here. Not too mad at the line. I actually will say I kind of agree with the line. Brandon Royval, though, I mean, shit, he looked impressive. First fighting Tim Elliott, looked impressive in that win. Looked way more impressive in his last win, getting it done. Even though he did get rocked, this is going to be a dog fight right here. Oh, man, like – This is that fight that I'm actually like anticipating right here, but I gotta go with Brandon Royval right there. We got to give this fight some love, so I'm gonna give the people in the chat some time to see what they say.
You know what's a little bit nervous wracking about here for Brandon Royval? One last thing before you get into the chat. A lot of his price tags, he doesn't really pay off unless he's a dog. And he either comes in as a big favorite or as a big dog. And he's shown some inconsistencies in some certain spots before he got into the UFC, more in the LFA scene. But it was definitely a higher level of competition. But that's all I wanted to say about that one there.
Yep. I mean, so here we go. Just my 2 cents. The Mexican McLovin gets it done. Let's see. Big Show Picks say he got Royval. Big Danny hopping on the chats. You see him. He said he got Moreno in this one. Either way it go, hey, Viva Mexico. Next one, just my 2 cents. Royval is sneaky, but Moreno is definitely the better fighter to me. I agree. Man. Moreno, I'm a big fan of both these guys, man. You got Skywalker out there. Oh, yeah. He's got to represent for the West Coast. That's why I got this on. I'm definitely not a Lakers fan, but shout out to the greatest ever, Kobe Bryant. Yeah, man. So, yeah, I just wanted to get this fight a little bit of love on there because this is the fight that I deserve. So let's get on to it, man. Moving on to the main card now, UFC 255. The first fight that's going to be taking place. It's a rematch. You might have seen them again. You might have seen them once, but tell a friend they're back to fight again. Shogun Rua versus Paul Craig. Shogun coming in with the not flawless record. I mean, but God, fights in his record: 27 wins, 11 losses.
Would you watch that YouTube video on the UFC YouTube account of Shogun's timeline? That shit got me hyped for this fight, man.
Nah, I gotta watch it. See, I came up when Shogun came out. I really wasn't a fan. So at that era, I wasn't a fan of Shogun. But yeah, Paul Craig coming in, slight favorite, minus 170 on there. They fought before. Shogun got the win in there. A lot of people thought Paul Craig won that one. If I remember it right, I think somebody was just laying on somebody for the fight or some shit like that. But so let's get into it, man, real quick. Who you got in this fight?
Oh man, I hate to say it, but I got Paul Craig here. One prop that was floating around out there earlier in this week, Millz, man. When I saw this prop, I was so shocked that I missed out on the chance. Can you believe that Paul Craig on FanDuel, they posted a prop to win by submission plus 700? Like, that's crazy, man. That's so disrespectful. But I feel like Paul Craig's a pick here. I feel like despite Shogun being like a black belt BJJ artist, I feel like Craig had plenty of opportunities to finish the fight the first time they fought on the feet and both on the mat. I feel like if Paul Craig can get this to the ground here, he can pull off one of those signature first round subs or something like that. And I feel like in the first fight, he almost pulled off a guillotine choke on Rua, which he's been acceptable towards in the past. And I feel like Shogun here is just one step out the door, man. You remember earlier in the summer when we were talking about him against what was his last fight? Lonog, right?
Yeah. I had
that was like that, and now we go back to Paul Craig. Like, I kind of don't understand the price tag because we get a year later, the same exact fight, the first fight finished in a draw. So it's just like, what makes him a minus 200 favorite or something like that? Because I think that's where it's going to go towards closer to fight time. But I definitely like Paul Craig here. Would I parlay him? No. But if I'm drunk and the night's going well and I'm looking for a nice little parlay piece, I might put him in a 2-fight parlay or something like that. But I feel like this is more of like a live betting situation than anything. Maybe not, though, because if Paul Craig doesn't get out, if he gets out the first round, Paul Craig, and Shogun's looking all right, I would place my money on Shogun. But I just don't know if you're going to be able to catch that line live. But definitely a thought that I'm looking towards for this fight, because I think I'm going to pass since I missed out on that plus 700 prop.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, Paul Craig, he only lost to, some of the good people. Or Tyson Pedro used to be good. He lost to Khalil Roundtree, lost to Alonzo Manfield, and he lost to one of the best fighters off the contenders, my boy Jimmy Crute, who lives in a van with his dog. Shout out to Jimmy Crute. But yeah, so in this fight, he should definitely be able to get it done right here. Wouldn't be too surprised, though, if the old man has one more win in him. So yeah, on this one, definitely you just got to go with Paul Craig, put it on there and see what happens for the end of the night. What about fight not going the distance? What would you think about a prop like that, or you just want to stay away?
I think this is a stay away spot here. I feel like this card has a lot of fights that I don't see the under hitting.
Got it. Speaking of fights you might want to stay away from, not me, because you already know what it is. Women's MMA, man. Let's get into it. My girl, Cynthia Calvillo, coming in 9 wins, 1 loss. Was supposed to fight roughly around a month ago. She got pulled out for the COVID or some shit like that. Katlyn Chookagian coming in right now. I'm surprised she's even showing her face, man. Last time I seen her, she was on the ground just holding her stomach. It looked bad. It looked like you're not even a fighter the way that she got hit and dropped. She screamed, man. It was like, oh! But yeah, so long story short, Katlyn Chookagian, she's back in there, man. She was talking about retirement, everything like that. Cynthia Calvillo opened up on the books, minus 210 favorite, got bet all the way up to a minus 250 on here. I threw her in a parlay right here. How do you see this one playing out, Billy Briz?
Yeah, man, I'm right behind you on this one. More of a prop play for me here. I feel like Cynthia Calvillo has the advantage here on the feet. I mean, not on the feet. I feel like once it hits the mat, I feel like she has an advantage here. Maybe Katlyn Chookagian gets a decision here, but I feel like Calvillo is the younger fighter, the more hungrier fighter, the fighter that really wants to get this. I feel like she might be able to land something if she can get some takedowns and stuff like that. I feel like it's going to be a tough fight for her, but I feel like she'll be ready for this fight. And I'm waiting for this to come up on my book tomorrow, but I'm probably going to play Cynthia Calvillo to win by decision, -115, make that -250 look a little bit somewhat more reasonable. And I have her to win by decision, -115, and I'm throwing a unit on that one.
Nice. Speaking of tough days, if you suffer from stress, anxiety, pain, visit Natural Heights at 1880 Nacogdoches Road in San Antonio, or as you can call them at 210-592-1060. Yeah, so if you suffer from pain, losing your bets, or anything like that, go ahead and hit them up right there at 1880 Nacogdoches Road in San Antonio, or call them at 212-592-1060. There we go. All right. Let's get on, man. So, I mean, yeah, that's the women's fight right there. I like Cynthia all the way in here. Not even going to think too much on it. Next fight coming up, you got I don't know whose boy this is, man.
This is my boy, baby. My boy.
Got it. This boy just fell off, man. Platinum Mike Perry, shit. God damn, man. Platinum Mike versus Tim Means, man. Platinum Perry coming in 14 wins, 6 losses. Tim Means coming in 30 wins, 12 losses right here. This fight just got thrown together on 2 weeks replacement. This was supposed to be Lawler versus Perry right here. Mike Perry opened up at a -140 favorite right here. Go ahead, tell him a little bit more about your dog.
Yeah, man. This fight right here, I know a lot of people want to fade Mike Perry all the time, and he hasn't really been too impressive of recent. I know he picked up that decision win against McKee Galvin. McKee Galvin looked pretty all right there in the first round, but when it comes down to this fight right here, I just feel like Tim Means is going to be live early on in the fight, but is he about to knock Mike Perry the fuck out? I don't think that's going to happen. I think if you went inside this fight, took everything out of it when you talk about the girlfriend in the corner and just him just trolling on social media, talking about how he has to cut 25 pounds for this fight, this, that, and the third. And I feel like the bettors have definitely been reading into this because he's coming down to a -140, and it's coming down to a point where I think I'm about to put a play on Mike Perry money line right here. I feel like I don't get why people. I feel like Tim Means is going to be. Tell me if I'm not right. Tim Means is going to be the most popular pick dog on this card because of Mike Perry's situation, and a lot of people just don't like him as a person. He's punching out old ass men and shit like that. I know Mike Perry isn't the guy that he was talking about when he first came in the UFC, where he was just beating people the fuck out and just knocking people out. Excuse my language here, but I just feel like Mike Perry is the fresher fighter, the hungrier fighter. I know Tim Means is looking to make that one last run here in the UFC, and the experience kind of lays on his side, but I don't feel like his punches are going to affect Mike Perry the same exact way Mike Perry's punches are going to affect Tim Means. Do you agree or disagree with me on that one?
All right, so when I think of Mike Perry and I think of Tim Means, I see Mike Perry, I see somebody, throwing wild hooks, still looking like a beginner when he's striking, not crisp. When I think of Tim Means, I think crisp, straight down the line, nice 1-2, nice jab, simple, basic fighter that knows the techniques. Mike Perry, I see him when he's even holding pads and training with people. And I train a little bit, so I know, man, he is not technically sound, bro. When he throws his hooks and stuff, his hands is down. He goes for one big hook and then has his body like that. When he commits to a punch, he's not thinking about countering and stepping back. So for a Chris fighter out there that can put it on him, I think this is Tim Means' fight right here, man, to be honest, man. But I'm not going to bet it, the pick right here. Yeah, I actually think Tim Means is going to win this one, though, man, on this one. I got Tim Means on this one, man. So if you guys thinking about betting your money on Platinum Mike Perry, don't waste your money.
Hold off on it.
Man. Don't waste your money here, man. I don't know, man. Training with his baby mama. She's pregnant. He ain't got nobody else around the camp. He trains with that one Spartan guy from PFL that he used to train with. He's only average, so you are who you train with. Nobody's in open arms, got him in the camp doing anything new. I'm not impressed with Platinum Mike Perry, man. He's the same guy that used to take Tyrone Woodley's fight camps and pay for him and really take him and try to learn from him. You're trying to learn from Tyrone Woodley that's putting on fight camps and stuff. I give you props for that, but bro, that was the farthest that you did, man. So nah, man, if he went with the real camp or real coach and showed something, I can get behind you and back it. I will say this: he has one of the most lit intro musics and everything like that. So I'll give him that. But nah, man, the pick is Tim Means on this one. Let's see what the people in the chat say real quick before we move on. They say, okay, shout out to my boy Andy Marine, other half of MMA Locker Room. He said he got Means by decision. Mikhail Bell said he likes Means on Draft K. El Capo, Perry gonna fuck Means up. You know what I mean? You got Just My 2 Cents. Tim Means is not taking Luca and Ponzi to the cards. They're both getting starched. Got Means on this one. Got it. Yeah, I mean, Tim Means will KO this bum. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say he's a bum. He's not a bum, bro, but he just ain't it, man. So I'll just put it like that. He's an impressive guy to entertain fights, but he's just not it, man. So he got cardio. I'll give him that. He has cardio. He's not going to gas out. He's going to give you a whole fight for 10 to 12, 13 minutes of the 15. I'll give him that. I'll give him that props. But beyond that, nah, man. Let's move on, man. So what is the next fight on the card? Is that going to be the co-main event? Is that the next one up?
Yeah, man. The next fight in the card doesn't even need to be talked about here. It's Valentina Shevchenko against Jennifer Maia. Shouts to Jennifer Maia for getting this spot here. But I think this is way too big of a spot for her. And I'm looking at Shevchenko minus 160 inside the distance. Or maybe minus 160 inside the distance. I don't want to pick a TKO over a sub prop here. I feel like she's going to try to come in here and make a statement and let her know that she is the GOAT. Who's Amanda Nunes? I'm the GOAT. And make up for her sister's mistakes because it's a dangerous world out here and it's Lipsky season.
Yeah, man. See, so this fight, I ain't even gonna put it on the goddamn screen. You know what I mean? It ain't even worth the goddamn screen. All right. So we just gonna talk about it real quick. All right. So yeah, definitely this fight right here got thrown together just because Shevchenko wanted to fight in November. Should have waited, if she would have waited, probably would have been fighting Andrade or anybody else. That would have been a way more impressive fight. But she was like, I the champ, I fight in November. So she's fighting in November against Maia, Maia is coming off one win against Caldwell, who Caldwell was a short fight replacement on there. So you beat her and you get a title fight. Are you serious? So, all right, man.
It's the way that division is.
I got the 2 plays out there. How you like this, man? I like round 3 to start, minus 130, bet your lunch money.
Ooh.
I like Shevchenko inside the distance, minus 140, bet your lunch money.
At that point, man, you might as well just make it a triple play and hit that round 3 prop in there.
See,
that's going to be a good plus money, too.
Yeah, that might just be. So, yeah, that's the co-main event right there. That's women's MMA. So if you guys want to play it anyway like that, that's the best way. Minus 1,500. I know Billy Briz, you put all type of stupid, crazy numbers like that in parlays. Did you touch that at all?
Nah, man. I'm waiting for this fight to hit the books and go through the second wave of handicapping because the beginning of the week I kind of like to get down my parlays because you know how much those favorites kind of move in certain directions, and then once it hits that like Wednesday, Thursday area, that's when I kind of want to start nailing down on props and stuff like that. But this is one I haven't really been looking in towards for a prop.
Got it. Real quick, Billy Briz, we've been on for an hour and 17 minutes. We're going to keep this nice and short. We only got one more fight on here. Then we're just going to run through a few fights on Bellator for you guys. But before we do that, get the people in the chat some loves, man, while I get ready and see what my Mecca competition is on.
Yeah, man. Shouts to Charlie Chips. He's in chat. He says, I believe this is a title fight, and Maia has one on her resume. Micah Bell says this fight is going to be boring. I think a 5-round unanimous decision to Big Booty, and that's actually a funny comment. Head kick him probably. Just my 2 cents says, what's Tim Means' best win? That's what I was thinking. Just my 2 cents. More of a Mike Perry type of guy here, even though I don't really agree with the shit that he does. But as I digress, Setting Location says Griffin outclassed Perry. And then we got Just My 2 cents saying Max Griffin just ripped Ramirez's ear off, man. LOL. And then shouts to everybody that's in chat that's enjoying this tonight. We know that you could be anywhere else in the world besides here, but you're here getting these Bellator looks in and UFC 255. It's a very interesting week.
Yes, sir, man. Give you guys some love too, man. If you guys watched this after a re-show, we had a Gustavo Lopez on for the first 25 minutes of us of the Second South show. So definitely hit that like button, hit that comment on Puff Sports Radio as well, man. Puff Sports Radio, I'm gonna just let you know, we're the best out. Fuck the rest out. Plain and simple, man. It is what it is. All right. So yeah, definitely, man. And the Pub Club, y'all don't want it with them, man. I'm trying to tell you. We're one. We're a loyal army. One goes to war, the whole soldiers come out. That's just how we roll, man. So speaking of that, on to the main event right now. It's supposed to be Cody Garbrandt versus Deiveson Figueiredo, but go ahead. We got Deiveson Figueiredo coming in versus Alex Perez. Deiveson Figueiredo, 19 wins, 1 loss, opening up at a -300 favorite. Now it's up to a -315. On the other hand, you got Alex Perez coming in 24 wins, 4 losses, underdog money coming in at +250. Main event in here, I've been targeting this for about 3 weeks on my last couple of UFC events. So I got a lot of parlays live with this last main event in it to cash in. Billy Briz, what you got live?
Oh, man, this is a very, very weird fight to really look into because nobody really thought Alex Perez was going to get this call up here to this main event title fight right here. He's the first guy ever from Contender Series to get a chance to get to the title, and that's what everybody dreams of on the Contender Series. I had a shout out to Contender Series because we had that stream last night. I know you boys were out there cashing those tickets left and right. But as I digress a little bit, I kind of like Deiveson Figueiredo here. Obviously, I'm going to go with the favorite. It'd be more interesting to see, are you going to pick him inside the distance or not? Because this is a 5-round fight, and we know how Deiveson Figueiredo is at the 125 division, man. He has that death touch. While I think that Alex Perez definitely can give Figueiredo maybe some problems on the ground, kind of like a UCR Formiga type style fight for Figueiredo. But I think at the end of the day here, Perez isn't on the same level as Figueiredo. I feel like he's too vulnerable with especially with how many leg kicks that he throws. I feel like he's just going to be countered right across the top by Deiveson Figueiredo here. And lastly, I feel like Perez is knocked out by Benavidez, who Figueiredo just knocked out last time in this fight. So if we do a little MMA math there, you know how that goes inside the distance Figueiredo here.
Got it. Yeah. Don't sleep on Alex Perez, man. This guy right here, made his debut on the Contender Series. Trains from a local camp that's right around here in Irvine. Another local guy that I'm a little bit familiar with, but we'll say this: his UFC competition, whenever he had to step up, definitely lost. That's the one thing I can't say right here. When we talk about levels to this shit, this is on a whole different level right here. I mean, a whole different level. I mean, Alex Perez, you got wins over Eric Shelton, Mark De La Rosa, Jordan Espinoza. Okay, that's a good one. I'll give you that. Jussier Formiga, that's a big name. But as you guys already seen what happened to Jussier Formiga, he just got cut from the UFC and everything like that. But so you go from Jussier Formiga to Mark De La Rosa to Deiveson Figueiredo. God damn, that shit rhymes, man. So yeah, I think this is definitely going to be a fight on a way different level. But I got Deiveson Figueiredo, put him in all my parlays -300. I just need him to win to cash in on him. I've been throwing him in my parlays for the last 2 weeks, like I said a little bit earlier. Give you guys another Insta prop right here on Second South. Go ahead and bet it right now. Round 3 starts -115. Round 3 is going to start. This one's going to last 10 minutes in there. So go ahead and bet your lunch money on that one. That's like a little prop I like going with right there. The other prop that was on there was Deiveson Figueiredo wins by TKO or KO, but that was at a -140. I don't feel too comfortable with that because, he can knock him out real quick and then just submit him just like how he did Joey B. And he did Joey B so bad, bro.
He definitely did. With his wife right there, too, in attendance.
He had him choked out looking like he was dying, bro. Like from all different angles, man. It looked like a snake, like an anaconda just caught a human or something, bro. So yeah, man. Deiveson is he's dangerous, bro. He's dangerous. So that's the card right there. So real quick, Billy Briz, if you could get a people a 2-fighter parlay out of the main event, what were the two fighters that you would like to go with?
Oh, 2-fighter parlay out of the main event. Probably gonna have to go with Deiveson Figueiredo with Cynthia Calvillo, even though I don't like that parlay. I'm more interested in the parlay I already placed. Luis Cosce, Daniel Rodriguez, Deiveson Figueiredo, plus 130 odds. Cash that baby in this weekend.
Got it. I like it. So just to be a little bit more accurate, can you pull up the Pub Sports Radio parlay calculator and see exactly how much that would pay out if you parlay those 2 fighters right there?
Yeah, man. Let me pull up the Pub Sports Radio website. That's where you can get all that fresh merch. We got a lot of shirts in store, and I know Razor just got that Cash It shirt, Cash It hat in there. So definitely a lot of things coming on the Pub Sports Radio website. And let me pull up the sports odds section here.
Yeah, and then after that, we're going to talk a little bit about Bellator. I believe Boston Nick, I think, got some little props for Bellator too. Boston Nick's Lock Nick's picks. So I think he might join us for that. So stay tuned for that if you guys want to get some more Insta props from Boston Nick.
Yeah, I'm still pulling it up right here. I'm sorry about that, Millz. I got a lot of tabs open up here. You know, NBA draft night, man. They was trying to get that money in there, man. Shouts to Millz for those plays, man. Millz cashed that under 1.5 for Anthony Edwards. And then hit it with the double play. He's like, man, why would I stop right there? LaMelo's going number 3. I'm not fooled by that. And he cashed out over 2.5. But Millz, I don't know why the betting odds calculator's not working on the site.
Oh, okay. Got it. But that's at least okay. No worries. That's at least going to give you back. What would you predict?
If you threw $100 down on it like I did, that will pay out I think $243.
Nice. Okay. All right, and then real quick on the prelims, if you were to give him a 2-fighter parlay on the prelims, who would it be?
My 2-fighter parlay on the prelims, I'm actually going to give them 3 legs and get more plus money on this one right here.
I like it.
Luis Cosce, first leg, second leg, Daniel Rodriguez, and then the third leg is going to be Joe Queen Buckley over the Beverly Hills Ninja. Come on, man.
Got it. Okay. All right, yeah. And last but not least, what's your best underdog on the card? I think I already know who that is, but go ahead.
Yeah, man. My best underdog of the card is going to be Jared Gooden, but I like that fight to end inside the distance at -112. Make sure you hop on that when that drops on the books. But the dog that I'm going to bet probably more times than not, once that line gets in there and the drinks start flowing into the body, I'm going to go with the Queen of Violence over the lesser Shevchenko sister.
Like it. All right, man. So now real quick, man, Bellator 253 is here. If a lot of people out there, if you're not familiar with Bellator, if you guys don't watch it, this is the one to watch right here. This one's taking place at the featherweight championship. One of the best out. AJ McKee coming in 16 wins, 0 losses, sets the record in Bellator versus one of the best wrestlers, Darren Caldwell, the Wolf, coming in 15 wins and 3 losses. Speaking of the Wolf, is that the big bad wolf, Boston Nick? All right, so we got Boston Nick in there joining us as well, man. Say what's up to everybody in Seconds Out. You're on mute.
I'm still on mute the whole time, man. I do this all the time. What's up, everybody? Everybody in the building. What's going on? Everybody's showing up. I'm showing up right now. I appreciate it. Great interview with Lopez. The guy's cool as hell. And we got some great fights ahead of us tomorrow. And the main card for the most part. Tomorrow I'll pick apart the prelims. But I did look at some of the they have a lot of odds out when it comes to the main card right now. And certain 2 of my books, so we'll hammer that. But everybody in the chat, you're the shit, and let's get to it.
Yes, sir. There we go, man. Bellator. Speaking of Bellator 253, you already know who has the best live streams of that. That's us, Puff Sports Radio. So you know where to tune in tomorrow, Thursday, right here. Going to be kicking it live for the prelims, kicking it a little bit early for you guys because the prelims going to have two main fights on there I want to talk about and highlight, that you guys should be aware of on there. One is going to be a Bellator fighter making his debut that used to fight in the LFA who got signed. It's going to be Jalil Willis. He was supposed to fight Patricio Pitbull about a month and a half ago, and then Pitbull had the COVID, right?
Yep, I was fighting Mark Lemminger.
There you go. So, are you familiar with any of these fighters right here?
Yeah, Jalil, Lemminger a bit. I want to do a little bit more tape work on it, but I do remember Lemminger not being a slouch, so I just want to take a look at it a little bit more. I would right now take a slight lean to Jalil, but until tomorrow, until we go live, because I want to go live about 20 minutes before it starts so we can get those bets in. You know what I mean? The premium bets. Depending on what, do you know what starts tomorrow?
I believe it probably starts at 2 o'clock my time, so I think that's like 5 o'clock your time.
Let me see right now. Bellator, was it 2:53? Right? Yep, 2:53. Yes, 4:15 p.m. Eastern. So I will be back at 5:30, 6 latest to start the stream.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be coming from work, so I'm gonna hop in as soon as I can. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely be leaving work early for that one though, because that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. And this Bellator event.
Quick, after we do this little Bellator, I want to talk about we should talk about a couple controversial decisions that's happened in the last 5 days from Saturday. We'll
definitely cover that with the news. Definitely. We'll go over that, and then we'll go over like maybe some of the a few fights that just got announced that's officially signed. That's going to be happening too. But yeah, definitely. Let's go over those controversial wins and decisions and maybe call it debatables. Debatables.
Almost cost me the Mecca tournament, but no matter what, lost that because Alan got knocked out. Alan, you're a bum. Never bet on you again. That being said, are we going to do the main card here? Because that's all the props. I'm getting 33 props per bet right now, per card, per fight right now.
I want you to go over some of the props for the main card real quick before I do that. I just want to highlight 2 fights on the prelims to let everybody know. So this is why you want to tune in tomorrow live to our stream for one of these fights right here taking place. This one's going to be a banger. Keith Lee coming in, the younger brother of Lee. 7 wins, 3 losses versus Rofion Stouts, 14 wins and 1 loss. Rofion Stouts opens up at a -310 favorite. Rofion Stouts, I'm real familiar with it. Seen him fighting LFA, been following him now for the last 2 years. Mm-hmm. He actually fought Murab Develashali, I think, on for a fight. And he was supposed to be the heavy favorite, go in there and get the win. That didn't work out. That was about 2 years ago. I've been following him ever since, though. He trains over there with Rufus Sports. I'm real high on those guys. So, yeah, this is going to be a real good fight right here. I remember when he made his decision on who to sign with. He had all 3 of his gloves laid out. He had a Bellator glove, he had a UFC glove, and I think he had like a one championship glove. He picked up the blue Bellator glove, and I was shocked and surprised. But, I get it, though. Bellator does pay a lot better for people that's coming in, without
with a name. He is Kevin Lee's younger brother, correct?
Yes.
You know what I mean? And by the way, they moved him up to the main card. He's one of the prop bets. He's some of the prop bets. Mm-hmm. So he's part of the 30. They actually moved him up. I don't know why they have that on Tapology. They always mess it up.
Okay, so what happened was this. I seen it earlier on Rufus Stouts. One of the fights, this is what I heard. One of the fights got canceled, and he got moved up to the main event on the prelim. So supposedly he's the main event. Yes. So supposedly he's the main event on the prelim, not on the main card.
And then, does that mean there's only 3 main on the main card? There's only 3 fights? I would assume.
No, we'll get into it. But that's just what I seen from his Instagram, literally today. So.
Oh no! I'm on Bellator.com. He's on the main event. He's on the main card right now.
There we go.
Right in the main card. He made it to the main card. Look at that.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! I'm all for it. All for it because that's to me, that's a fight that should be on the main card. When I seen it on the prelims, I was like, I get it. They're still trying to build these people, but these are people that should be on the main card right there, in my opinion, man.
You got a name, but we'll go over that fight afterwards because it's you know what I mean. Go ahead to the next one.
Yeah, so the next one, another fighter you guys might be fighter where Jeremy Kennedy coming in, former UFC fighter, former PFL fighter, came in and signed with the Bellator. I think he had already about 2 fights in Bellator right now. Heavy favorite on here, minus 415. He's fighting Matt Bessette, coming in with 24 wins, 9 losses. I'm going to just keep it honest. I don't know too much about Bessette. I do know about Kennedy, though. Lost with him once on PFL, won with him twice in Bellator, I believe. What about you, Boston Nick?
With who? You won with who?
I won with Jeremy Kennedy once, and I lost with him once.
All right, so he's facing this Matt Bessette guy. I mean, he's not total garbage, but Jeremy Kennedy's definitely going to win that fight. But at minus 450, best case scenario, minus 435. I mean, they don't even have any props on him yet. If you were to bet him, you got to bet him inside the distance. I'm not even sure I would put that in a parlay, but I think he definitely gets the job done. But just in case he doesn't, I'd say there's about a 15-20% chance he doesn't get it done. I wouldn't want a 450, almost minus 500 to spoil my parlay. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Hell no. Like I said, I won with them once and lost with them once. So, he's 50-50 in my book right there. So I definitely wouldn't want to put him in one of my parlays for a heavy favor right there.
Hey, Millz, didn't Bessette also, if I'm correct, I'm going to check right now. I want to know, I felt like Bessette fought in the UFC for a quick minute, or did he have a?
Let me see. Yeah, let me see. Press on.
Ultimate Fighter. That's what it was. Ultimate Fighter. Oh no. What am I saying? Fought Enrique Barzola in UFC, and he was on Dana White's Contender Series, and he fought Kurt Holloway, no contest.
Oh, so, all UFC.
Yeah, UFC. So that's what I remember. I mean, he's not a slouch. You know what I mean? He's not a slouch.
So what about that then? I mean, Kennedy minus 400 right there, weak chin, like your boy Send Location say. Man, would you take a little bit of stab on that then?
I tell you this much: the price tag is not warranted on him. You know what I mean? If you're gonna take a stab on him, I would honestly, guys. I mean, I'd put a measly $10 or $15 on it max. You know what I mean? Because Jeremy Kennedy is still a skilled fighter. We all know that. I still stand by. I think that Bessette has a 15% chance, 20 max on winning this fight. So take it how you want it. But I do think he gets it done, but the price tag is way too high.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Speaking of price tag way too high, but, man, I'm going to tell you, I've been on this guy right now, man, for the last 2 years. Trains from the city right next door to mine, Compton, California. Joey Davis. Training at a team body shop over there with AJ McKee, Baby Slice. Aaron Pico was there before. Man, like, I'm going to be honest, this guy's a heavy, legit wrestler. I've been telling people about him. He's always coming out there, real heavy favorite. You can never really bet on him. He's finally on the main card, though. Oh, wow, that's crazy. He opened up on my books a minus 500. But they said on Tapology he opened up at a minus 360 favorite.
That's crazy. That's a little weird, but my books are the same thing. So that's like the opening odds, and people must have slammed it.
Like, and when I say slammed it, that was love right there. I'm high on this guy right here.
I would have put it in a parlay. Yeah, I would have put it in a parlay. I wouldn't have bet it straight. I would easily put it in a parlay. I mean, he's finished his last 3 fights or 2 fights in first round. I'm gonna show you
guys. Watch. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of some of his highlights. I guarantee if I pull it up.
I don't think you can.
Well, no. Same thing that I'm doing just on Instagram. Like, I'm gonna just show you his Instagram. You know what I mean?
Be careful.
Same thing I was doing earlier. You can show everything on Instagram and stuff. That's why it's on there. But yeah, man, this guy right now, when I tell you, you got to look up one of his knockouts. He knocked this guy out so cold, and then he did something like nonchalant, though, and then like danced over him, though. I think it was like his first or second win in Bellator. Rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, but humbled down and backed it up. And this guy is impressive, man.
Flying knee is what it was. Jeff Pat and flying knee and then he knocked out with the punch round 1 minute left in the round. That's exactly what it was. He beat Marcus Anthony before that, left jab, overhand right. And then I'm looking at Tapology. And then in Hammer Fit with Chris. I'm not going to pronounce that last name. But, I mean, like you said, he's a heavy wrestler. As you can see in his Tapology stats, he's got the wrestling credentials and whatnot. Is the price tag warranted?
Not now at 500. I mean, like that's Corey Anderson numbers right there, right?
You know what I mean? But I do like the under 1.5 at plus 115. So the under 1.5 rounds at plus 115. We got Joey Davis finishing his last 3 fights in the first round alone. Hey, maybe he gets finished. You know what I mean? So I do like the plus odds in that under 1.5.
I like it. So that's the first official Bellator Insta prop. You heard it right here, under 1.5. You can get it right now on your book. I can't find it on mine because I don't got props for Bellator. So as we scroll through here, though, on the Instagram and the Twitter, my philosophy is, if you guys haven't heard earlier, I like to see people training and working out, on their Twitter and everything. All I see on here is, some, hey, look at me, I'm the funny fly guy, look at me. I want to see you in there training, because I know Long Beach gyms is open and you're training in the routine body shop and everything. So, but this is a young prospect, though. He's real green. I'll give him that, real green. But compared to Ed Ruth, this guy's the truth. Joey Davis, you heard it here first, man.
Ed Ruth's a freaking failure right now in the UFC. You know what I mean? And the guy that Bobby Lee is fighting,
Bellator.
Bellator. And the guy that Bobby Lee's fighting, he's fighting Bobby Lee, the ginger, I should call him. He's 12-4. And I believe his last fight was FC at 85. So he's coming up to a bigger organization. And then before that was Tony G Presents was the organization he was in. You know what I mean? Before that, LFA, loss. Before that, LFA win, rear naked choke in the second. Before that, loss. You know what I mean? So it's this guy. I feel like it's a setup fight for Bellator. You know what I mean? They're basically sending Bobby Lee up to the wolves. They want Joey Davis to be something, obviously, in Bellator, name-wise.
Look at this fact. This was the thing right here. I knew it was something. Joey Davis is undefeated for 4 years on college wrestling.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. When I say he's a wrestling specimen, he's a beast. And his striking is legit. He just doesn't strike enough because he doesn't fight. His fights don't last, But, I'm trying to tell you, I'm pretty high on this guy. I think he could go real high, in that division right there. But so yeah, you got Danny Sejo. He said he's on Davis too. He got him in a parlay with Davis. Yeah, if you got him earlier at those lines at 360 and stuff, shout out to you. I did do this though on Contender Series. I put all the heavy favorites all on one parlay, a 16 parlay. The 3 favorites cashed out on there so far. So on this next one, I got Joey Davis in there. I got Justin Jackson in there as well. And then, of course, I got my boy, the one and only AJ.
Do you have Jason Jackson in there?
Jason Jackson.
All right. Can't wait to get this next fight then.
Speaking of that, okay. So let's see. Let's scroll on down here real quick and see what's the next fight on the card, man. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know, man. Joey Davis.
I might put him in a parlay as well. Is it warranted? I feel like you should be about 80 cents cheaper, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I am being picky, but 80 cents is 80 cents, especially when you're betting hundreds of dollars, you know what I mean? But he'll probably make my parlay tomorrow.
Got it. Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm probably gonna include him in some goddamn more parlays tomorrow too as well. As long as I could see me though, this is how I do it though. When they're like minus 500 or something like that, I usually don't never parlay them. But if I would, I'm gonna put them in like a 3-fight parlay, to where it's gonna like really equal out to pay something off of it at least, But
yep. Oh no, I feel you on that one. It should pay at least. What is it all? It'll probably if it's 6. You probably get what plus? You got plus 200 with 6 favorites around there.
Yeah, and that's I'll be good with that. Mm-hmm. See, that'll make it worth it. All right, so this fight right here, shit, we all know who this is. Benson Henderson, one-time WEC fighter, the guy who got kicked off the cage by Anthony Showtime Pettis. We remember that. Made his run in the UFC. He was the Bellator's first real big signing. I believe, he was the first guy to kind of leave, on a winning record and everything like that and become the first free agent. Big, not too old yet to come over to Bellator. He's taking on Jason Jackson. We all remember him. He was on the Ultimate Fighter team with like Team Black Zillions, I think.
First ATT, baby. First American Top Team. I was down here, I was in the parking lot they were
Usman and everybody, right?
Huh?
Like
Usman, all of them. Blackzilians was in Boca. It was right here where I live, right? And then Coconut Creek is right 3 minutes down the road, as you guys know. That being said, they would rotate every single fight. They would go from Blackzilians to American Top Team, and they would fight. And you know what I mean? It was fucking awesome, bro. We would just have like keg parties in the parking lot. You know what I mean? And they wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, he made his, and then he fought on the Contender Series. I think it was the first series with Uriah Faber and Snoop Dogg. He broke his leg or some shit like that in the Contender Series, and then after that, had a couple of fights in LFA, I want to say. Then got signed to Bellator, and Bellator is, they're definitely trying to make him a little staple in the company. I salute him for that. So right now he opened up at a -170 favorite, probably sped up to a -180. Benson Henderson on the other side, man, he just got knocked out by Michael Chandler, my boy right there. He's coming off 3 wins though in Bellator, coming off a loss right here. How do you see this one playing for your props, Nick?
Benson Henderson is my play at +165. Okay, if you can get it better than that, please do. I'm going to look at who I know Jason Jackson like the back of my what, and I mean he beat Jordan Mean, who is right now at this point 31-12, and his age is now at 31. He should be about a 39-year-old fighter. He's been fighting since he was 21, or I think younger than that. I mean, other than the 6-inch reach, that's the only thing the 6-inch reach is the only thing I'm worried about. I think Benson Henderson is totally getting disrespected with this line. It should be a pick'em if anything, and I will take a +160 on a 3-round fight with Benson Henderson all day. And he knows he doesn't have to go 5 rounds; he can go hard for 3. So I'm going to put a little bit here on Benson on the dog. I know you got Jason Jackson in the parlay, but if you look at his competition, who he's beat, it's Jordan Mean and Hiraguchi. You know what I mean? And
I like your. I'm gonna be honest. I like your pick.
He did beat Ed Ruth. I mean, it's a loss in the book.
Beat him. Hey, you're with me. Okay, cool. Because that was the point I was gonna press to the.
I watched that fight and I had Ed Ruth and I thought I'm like, damn, I lost.
And I thought I won.
Yep.
And nope. Yep.
So
I got it.
For the record books, Ed Ruth, you lost that fight. Jason Jackson won that fight. Therefore, he should be on a 3-fight winning streak as opposed to a 2-fight winning streak, or I should say a 4-fight winning streak. He had a cancel bout before that, or a 6-fight winning streak, actually. But Jordan Larson, Scott Futrell, Emerson Souza, all from LFA and whatnot. Actually, Jordan Larson's from Bellator. This is his, by the way, Jason Jackson's second stint in Bellator right now. He did fight after the Dana White Contender Series when he lost to Cal Stewart. He fought Jordan Larson in Bellator afterwards and then won, and we oddly enough went to LFA afterwards. I don't get that. I don't know what happened, but you know what I mean. You went from Bellator to win, and then you go to LFA. Doesn't make much sense to me. Benson Henderson's my pick here. I like the odds, strictly odds bet there.
Man, nah, you hit it on the head, man. Henderson's being disrespected, man. I mean, come on now. How is he an underdog to Jason Jackson when, like you said, the competition is definitely not there on the same level? And the people that Jason Jackson actually lost to, Kyle Stewart, former LFA fighter, came to the UFC, fought 2 times, he got yanked. Now he's back in the LFA. I know all about him. So, and just beyond that, Jackson, he doesn't do nothing too impressive, the whole time. It's just a, decent praise, decent strike.
Yeah, he's got good kicks. He's got good strikes. And he's got good takedown defense and whatnot. And he can take you down. But Benson Henderson can wrestle, and he can transition.
Let me ask you this, though.
Way better than Jackson. So I think it will be a transition.
The only thing I'm scared of, do you think Benson Henderson is going to shoot? I mean, he's going to throw the punches? Because he's been gun shy, bro. Like, he just stands there and kind of like.
I'm worried about that. You know what I mean? But I think what happens is I think he's going to be the smaller. He obviously is a smaller guy, and I think he might be the strong guy, believe it or not, over Jackson. He's a very strong dude, and he's been fighting guys over in UFC when he was in UFC at 170, right? He had a couple, I believe, welterweight belts. If he didn't, the 155 guys over there would troop the guys over there at 170 anyways. But that being said, I just believe that he's going to be able to clinch, get against the fence. You're going to see a lot of changing, you know what I mean, in positions against the fence, and I just think he just wins a grappling. I don't think that fight finishes. I don't think it does. I looked at the no distance, and believe it or not, you can get that at like crazy plus odds, which is plus 185. You and me, I love mine. Plus 185. Fight doesn't go to decision. You know me, I love my no distance bets.
Plus 185, no distance in that one.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
So there's two things I might do here. I might go I might go fight not to go to the decision, right, at plus 190 and bet Benson, because I don't think that Jason Jackson goes out there and beats Henderson in a decision. You know what I mean? I think he gets him out of there, if anything. Otherwise, Benson just kind of weighs on him and whatnot and just gets him out of there.
Okay. Yeah, no, I actually like I said, I'll be honest, I actually like Benson Henderson as a regular straight bet. Like I said, I just got Jackson in a parlay with all the faves from earlier. So, when it comes down to it, like I said, I might just have to put a play on him because I feel like he's definitely getting disrespected by that line right there. But I like the opposite though, man. I like the fight to go the distance though. I like the fight to go the distance. Like Jackson doesn't really finish people. Henderson, kind of gun shy.
He hasn't been finishing people. You know what I mean?
So I kind of like, the opposite. I see both of those guys, listening to their corner and trying to win, a more technical fight, instead of just going in there and banging out to where it's like, oh, I have to win this fight. I have to put on a type of show. None of these guys have to put on a show right now in a sense, like this fight just got announced on short notice too. It got thrown on this card right here, but definitely.
Millz, you can do, and you can take both guys by decision at plus odds, plus 125 for Jackson, plus 235 for Henderson. So you can, bet both by decision if you don't think it's going to go the distance and pick up some money. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I see. My books, man. Like I said, when it comes to Bellator, they just give me straight odds. So I gotta bet them straight, and I gotta parlay them. Like my book don't give any love to Bellator for props and stuff like that. So I need to get on mybookie.ag.com.
MyBookie.
That promo code Pub Sports Radio. If I use, I think 5%, 10% on debit credit or Bitcoin, I get 100% match bonus back. And if I'm trying to bulk up, I need to go ahead and visit bulksupplements.com because as you see on my workouts, man, the PSR workouts, I've been getting there. Probably need to get some creatine. So I'm going to enter promo code Pub Sports to get 5 to 10% off. That's just how I need to do it, man.
And with mybookie.ag, if you use your debit or credit card, you get a 50% match bonus. But if you use that Bitcoin, you're going to get 100% match bonus. And you can use your Cash App to convert your debit card into Bitcoin. It's very easy. I did it myself. But 100% match bonus is a lot better than 50% match bonus. So Pub Sports, mybookie.ag.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me run through some of the names in the chat right now. I give you guys some love, man. You got Sin Location. You got Gerardo Hernandez, Danny Seho, Jimmy the Drunk. You got Alex Ramirez. Shout out Zabel. All the OG people in there, man. I've been following us since day one. Bloodthirsty MMA. Just my 2 cents. Scroll up a little bit more. Big Show Picks, man. You're supposed to be part of this show, man. Shout out to you. You got Coco Bongo. Looks like a new person in the chat.
No, is that Coco Bongo? He's an OG.
They're talking to you. Boston Nick, what's going on? Good to see you here doing some shows. Been working like a dog.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat right there. Just wanted to give people some love, man. We're about to wrap it up and go over the last fight on the main card, Bellator 253. I'm so excited on this fight. This fight's been waiting to happen for like damn near a year now. This flyweight competition is finally wrapping up. You got your boy, the one and only AJ McKee, coming in with the fucking flawless record, fighting out of Long Beach, California, 16-0, Team Body Shop. Minus 215 favor is what he opened up at. Didn't stay at that at all. He opened up at my book at a minus 330 favorite. On the other hand, he's facing a killer. Matter of fact, a wolf. Darren Caldwell, 14-3, a wrestling specimen. I mean, shit, that's all he does. Takedown after takedown. Plus 175 favorite opening up. Familiar with both these guys. AJ McKee trains from the same city I'm at. Real familiar with his dad too. Darren Caldwell, same thing. He actually trains over here in Fullerton with Curtis and everything like that. So go ahead, Nick. How you see this fight?
All right, so Darren Caldwell, 33 years old now, right? And I think McKee's 23, 24, 25, one of the three. I believe just McKee's on the up and up. You know what I mean? I believe it should be a little bit closer when it comes to the odds. Like if I was to be an odds maker right now, I'd put it at minus 250, 260. for McKee and then whatever for Caldwell. I think Caldwell gets it done here. I do. And when I was looking into the props here.
Ooh, I like that, though. I like it. Keep going.
Okay. When I was looking into the props, they got fight not to go to decision at -105. Now, this is a 5-round fight. Both these guys are going to be banging. Caldwell's probably, like you said, going to be looking for that takedown. But AJ McKee has good wrestling as well, and good wrestling defense, and good submissions off his. You know what I mean? So he can take the fight anywhere and be anywhere in the fight. So I think Caldwell will start to gas towards the second into the third, and AJ McKee gets him out of there in the fourth or fifth. So I'm going to take no distance. I'm also take AJ McKee inside the distance at, let's see here, +142. Okay. And if you guys like him by decision, because he could win by decision, you're going to give him at +140 as well. So if you like AJ McKee in general, you can basically take him with the same odds and pick up a half a unit. So I don't think Caldwell wins this fight. I like AJ McKee. I think he stays undefeated, goes to 17-0.
Got it. Anybody out there in the chat right now want to go ahead and challenge us? Let us know, man. If you're feeling froggish sleep, if you got Caldwell the Wolf, let us know, man. I got my boy AJ McKee right here. Big fan of this guy. When you talk about a fighter that should have been in the UFC, this is him right here. Yep. Real impressive right now. When you talk about one of the best out there, he got to be mentioned on it.
His dad
on the feet. His dad. All right. So when it comes down to it, shout out to Antonio McKee. His dad wasn't that good of a UFC fighter, as AJ McKee would like. Even one piece of him, he was like a fighter that would take you to the distance and make a boring fight. Didn't get a real long run, but he had a great winning record. That's the thing. Didn't have too many losses or anything like that. Just fought in the competition, I believe, like a year and a half ago with him and his son on the same competition. That shit was lovely, first like father and son thing. And he got the win on there. And he was fighting at like 41 years old, looked in phenomenal shape. This guy right here, his dad, he doesn't just like train with them. He lives, eats, and sleeps it. Not just with AJ McKee, with all the fighters over there at Team Body Shop. He got Kimbo Slice over there ever since his dad passed and stuff, and pretty much took him in as one. He got Kimbo Slice over there. He got Joey Davis. He had
Kimbo's dead. Kimbo's dead.
No, I know. That's what I said after he died.
Oh, after yeah, sure.
Yeah. Like, so he kind of like took him over there, put him under the wing, because Kimbo Slice, Baby Slice and stuff, when he was fighting in Bellator, he didn't look impressive at all. I think he got a loss in his first fight, correct me if I'm wrong, but then he made the switch to Body Camp, Team Body Camp, Body Shop and everything like that. And Baby Slice been looking impressive ever since. But the key fact is this I'm trying to get at. Over there, they got this little tight camp. They train all together and go hard. They had Aaron Pico there, before he went undefeated and got knocked out. Then Aaron Pico left and went to Team Jackson Wink. So they got a nice little dynamic there. Real high on AJ McKee right here. But I will say this, man, like this line is way off though, man. This should be like a minus 190 AJ McKee. Like Darian Caldwell is live right here. He was a former champion. I know the people that are chasing dogs are going to jump on Caldwell. I don't mind it at all. I don't mind it at all. But I just think AJ McKee is just the more well-rounded fighter. He's a younger, hungrier fighter. He's a bred fighter. His dad, raised him to be a fighter. There's just a lot of when it comes to like angles and edges and stuff like that, and that's what I look for in fights. It's McKee. Now, I'll love to pick up a +2 and change dog. You know what I mean? Right.
And you never know. Like, I could change my pick here, but I don't think I am. I think I like AJ McKee here. And, as much as I want to stretch to grab that dog, sometimes that's just a reason why they line stuff like that. So you do stretch and grab it. Vegas makes money for a reason. Vegas wasn't built off free money. It's built off gamblers that lose money. So they line things for a reason. You know what I mean? This fight is on paper is close, right? And the odds don't have it close. So for me, that's a red flag. You know what I mean? And I will jump on AJ McKee here, probably inside the distance, and take that no distance as well shot. Yeah, see, those are great prices right there. To get those props, I would do the same. Do you think that Caldwell beats him in by decision? No, right? He has to finish McKee, right?
Well. Yeah, no, shit, man. That's the thing with Caldwell. His path to victory is just takedown, takedown, and takedown. I will say this: AJ McKee is a phenomenal wrestler, but when it comes to wrestling, Caldwell's on a different level than AJ McKee, I think. And I already know Caldwell's not going to strike. He can't strike with AJ McKee. You can't go 5 rounds and stand up there with AJ McKee. So he's going to shoot, and shoot. And I mean, shit,
First
like
two rounds might be a little hairy, and that's when I think he starts to gas and then starts getting pieced up on McKee. That's what I think. My opinion. That's all.
I got McKee, man, and all my parlays, like I said. But like I'll be quite honest with you, like with that money on Caldwell, I put him in a couple as well, man, on UFC 255 just to see. All right, so if I lose on this last leg of parlay with AJ McKee, don't worry, I got Caldwell that just cashed in, and I'll put him with the heavy favorite on UFC 255 and cash
in. Are you
in.
wearing a fucking jacket?
Nah, bro. This is a blazer.
Oh, shit, a blazer. You got the blazer on, motherfucker. Oh shit! Everybody hit that one if you like Millz blazer in the chat. Oh,
that's
shit.
how it go, man. When you got UFC fighters on, man, you know, like they need to know, you know, they're dealing with.
I almost thought that shirt you have on under is like the vest. Is there a vest too? No, it's the Lakers. Oh man, it worked perfectly. Fucking.
But yeah, man.
Robert Cuerva. That's a new name right there. Hold up. What's up, my man?
Oh, shout out!
Hey, we're gonna see. That's what we're talking about right now, my man. Is if he can stop it. I think the first couple rounds are gonna be hairy. He'll be able to take him down, put him in his butt. But I think AJ McKee will be able to scoot to the fence, kind of make it. It's good. The first 2 rounds might be boring, and I think after that it starts to spark up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, no, it's definitely gonna be a fight, man. It's definitely gonna be a fight. There we go. We got one for the Blazer. There we go. That's all we need. So we ran through it right there. Boston gave you the Boston Loch Ness Monster picks right here for Bellator. But just not that, man. Tune in tomorrow. It's going down live. Bellator stream. We're going to be kicking off that along with a little bit of Thursday night football, you know, after Bellator stream ends. But you definitely want to tune in early because it's going to be about 3 fights on the prelims. You guys are all going to want to watch, guaranteed.
I will be home I'll be live by 6 p.m. latest tomorrow, Eastern time, for the Bellator fights. 4:45 it says when it starts. It will start at 5, so we might miss 2 prelims most, but I'll be home at 6 p.m. Eastern going live.
There you go, man. Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna wrap up this show right here. You know, we went over a couple of like interesting fights and bets on UFC 255 with Billy Briz on there. We had Gustavo Lopez on the interview earlier. For all the people in the chat right now, 38 of you guys right now, thank you for rocking with us on this Wednesday night. You know, it was a different little cast that we had tonight, you know, but you know, that's how it goes on Seconds Out. The show must go on. Went over a couple of bets on Bellator too. Boston Nick, one more time, if you're gonna give them your 2 best bets on Bellator, give them to them right now in case they don't in case they want to make those bets.
I mean, I like the under 1.5 in that Joey Davis fight, and I like a shot here on Benson Henderson. That's already 2 right there, but I just think AJ McKee gets done inside the distance. So, you know what? I'm going to post those on Twitter tomorrow, or if you want, DM me if anybody's looking for them, and I'll give you them personally. I do want to do a little bit more research on a couple other things. I just want to look at Darrion Caldwell's exact last 2 fights and how he, you know what I mean? So, but that being said,
the Mecca is here. It's amongst us. 1 more week, more survivors. People got to go. Not 2, 3 people. For all the people out there, man, need to tune in to Mr. Arkansas stream. He has the best MMA competition going on right now, the Mecca. As we see Jimmy the Drunk right there that says things are getting intense right now in the week. So, you know, things are definitely heating up. It's only the 2nd week of the competition. Shout out to Money Mo helping him out with that too, and Jacksonville Zoe as well. Want to give a special shout out to the owners, Jeff Slaughter, Talking Hands. You definitely want to check out their show. It's going to be on Friday night, hosted by Mo. You're going to see DFS by the numbers in there. You're going to see VIP President Preston in there on the other half of Talking Hands. And you never ever know who might drop in. But definitely, that's what we got going on for these next couple of days. Tomorrow's going to be all about Bellator and football. So, you know, we already have the best Bellator streams. When it comes to Bellator, you type in Bellator when Bellator is live. What number are we on there?
number one, number two, other than Bellator. Bellator reached out to us for media passes, so we got a media Zoom thing that we're going to be doing with the fighters here in the next week or so. So, like when they do the interviews for Bellator, they do Zoom meetings or whatnot. You just wait backstage. They bring the fighters on. You ask the questions. So they came in the stream. Big P reached out to them and see if that was really them. They reached out right back, appreciated what we were doing, and said we would love for you guys to be part of the media. So let's fucking go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's how it goes right there. Yeah, Ryan Hall, my bad, man. Yeah, you're definitely a little bit late, man. We've been on for 2 hours, definitely ran over that 255 car. Just hit the rewind button on this stream, though. Definitely want to check that out.
253. Isn't it 253?
UFC 255.
Ah, you're right. We got Bellator 253 and UFC 255. Isn't that funny that Bellator thinks they put on that many events? Shit.
Yeah, I mean, there we go, man. Like Danny Sejo said right there in the chat, man, we be pubbing. It's all against us. Don't forget that it's us against the bookies, man. Don't forget that in the MMA community. It's us against the bookies. That's it. Miss us with all that other energy out there. If there's nothing positive and good going on out there, keep it to yourself.
Exactly. And I'll say one more thing. Like on Twitter could be a vile place, and there's some vile sons of guns on there. And there's one thing. Being courteous is contagious. So if you're courteous to someone else and whatnot, it's contagious. Live your life that way, and that's just the way to be. So that being said, guys, there's enough douches, trolls out there to fill a stadium. Ignore them all. That's what I'm doing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. So all you guys out there, man, for MMA Locker Room, from Boston Nick, from Billy Briz, from my other co-host, MMA Unhinged and Prediction MMA Guru, couldn't make it today. We just want to tell you guys like this. F everybody out. We the best out. Seconds out. We be pubbing. We number one, up and running.
Oh, poet, you don't know it. Let's
go. You go. There you go. So, yeah, man, if you guys are rewatching out there, hit that like, hit that subscribe right there, man. You guys will catch us out next week, same time, same channel. You never know who's going to be on. It's probably going to be another UFC fighter, so you want to definitely tune in to us.
Let's fucking go.
All right, man. We're out of here. We're out of here.
Later, boys. Everybody in the chat, you're the shit. Everybody in there. Let's fucking go. All right. Later, boys.